Hello, is this working? Hopefully it is. How y'all doing? Welcome back, boys. Gonna try to see if we can get some duels tonight. Hope y'all are having a good one. By the way, tank buffs are in, or at least next week they're in. Kind of like what they're doing with it. I wonder if there'll be more like non-meta spec tuning this week as well. You know what I mean? I also do wonder how they feel about the PvP tuning. You know, because they nerfed Outlaw hard, and then that spec is still running amok, dude. I've seen some of the numbers. I've seen some of the damage. Rogue is still pretty dang good. You can play Fatebound now if you want to, but are people playing Trickster still? I'm pretty sure last time I checked, everybody was still on that Trickster. Yeah, no, everybody is by far is still Trickster, at least in solo. BG Blitz is a little more 50-50. I could totally see people switching over to one or the other. But I still think Trickster has so much more damage output. It just feels really, really nice. Really nice. Let me get the groups up and running over on the EU side of things. Krager said this week he won't be available, but apparently next week he's coming in. So we'll try to see if we can get some groups together without him. Hopefully it'll go well, dude. And hopefully tomorrow the NA groups also go well. Let me get the music here in just a second. Also, I've been messing around with like a really fast leveling method. I'll be doing that a little later tonight. I just need like 2 hours of my time to mess with it. But if it works, then it works. And it's so far kind of quick. It does require like a very specific setup and like an item at the beginning, but otherwise it's probably really, really like incredibly fast as far as leveling methods are concerned. Let me get there we go. Trying to remember which character I'm on. And I'll get you in a group, Nespeshka, in just a second here, bud, yeah? In just a second. How you doing, by the way, man? How you liking the rogue changes, by the way? I also still getting over a cold, so I'll try not to sniffle into the mic too hard. But, yeah. Yeah. Let me, Molten Core. What's up, Eric? Or is it really direct to live? Okay. I was about to be like, yo, what's up, Eric? I'm like, wait, hold on a second. That's kind of a sus greeting. What in the world? Dal, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Okay. Let's try to see if we can get a group together here in a second. I'll let homies pile in here in a sec for a moment, and then I'll try to see if I can get through what is it, BNet friends list, BNet friendos. See if we can get them in here in a second. Same in game, yeah. Title the explosive. Yo, that's a good one. Okay, you know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that combo. That is a hell of a combo. Big fan of it. Scourge, get in here, my guy. Get in here. Is that okay? The item level is all kinds of weird because I'm like 245. Is that a high item level? I think it is actually a decent item level. Isn't it? Pretty sure. Oh, Conquest Gear is like champion track, and I think that's about champion. I don't remember my item levels, dude. I don't remember my item levels. Honestly, I wish I was better at it. You know. Alrighty. All right. Let's try to see if we can get ourselves bodies together. Without Cracker, it's gonna probably take a second unless Leo's around. I don't even know if Leo's in today. Hopefully he's in. Let me also pop this in here as well. If you guys do want to join us, the groups are going to be listed over in the Raids Legacy section under Molten Core. You mother welcome to join us. Hey, Honestad, wanna join those? If you guys want to invite in your friends, by the way, feel free. That helps me out tremendously. Like, actually tremendously. So who else can I invite, man? I'm trying to see if Johnny's on today, but I can't even see Johnny today. Okay, it might take us a second to get a group together, so we'll just have to be patient here. By the way, if you want to join one of the duels, does gear matter? Not really. No, just welcome to join on whatever character you want, man. Try to get best PvP gear possible. I mean, if you want to be competitive, that would help, right? Better gear means you'll do better in PvP. But like, if you just want to bring your character that's like honor gear or whatever, I'm sure you'll be fine. Gear kind of matters, but like gear matters in PvP. Not as much as it used to in previous expansions. Like Shadowlands was a really bad time for like low gear versus high gear. Like difference between honor gear and conquest gear was massive, like astronomical. Nowadays it's not too bad. There's still a difference, but it's not too bad. I think it's technically doable by some classes. Depends, right? It all depends. Right, please. All right, got Anna standing here, so that's gonna be 3 for this group. No, 4. You just did 1. Okay. Hey, Blago, wanna join those? Alrighty. Maybe I can get Saya over on the other team. Hey, Kaw, wanna join those? I don't remember if Kaw joins these duels like ever. Should I ask? And Bonnie's probably just doing his weekly, man. I'm not gonna get in his way. Gaba Luku? I don't remember if he joins duels at all. See if maybe Cardinal wants to join some duels. Kraken did say this week he's not doing duels, which I'm a little sad by, but it's okay. Does Leon join duels? I'll try to see if I can get Saya over on the other team if I can. Let's look at the messages on here, because I am definitely not going to be able to keep up with everybody unless they're on the side. Beautiful. Who else can I invite? Oni, beautiful. Butterfly, but doesn't PvP. Randall, maybe? Try to see if I can get Randall in. Rest and Hell is already in. Rawdor? Is he join duels? He's in a Magister's Terror, so I'm assuming he's doing keys. Shadow, I'm pretty sure I message him every week, but he never joined duels, so I don't know if I'll be able to. Harandar, I want to get Toxie, but I want to see if I can buy Toxie to the other group. And then Tricky Owl as well. Yeah. Does Atha want to join by chance? Hey friend, want to join? Feel like playing duels today? Because getting these guys a Paladin and then maybe getting Saya on the other team, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. And let's see if Horde Slayer, whatever he's out of his key. I'll try to see if I can get him in there. K-Ski, I don't remember if he joins duels at all. But a second, I did see that message that, what? Dirks? Invited to a group but couldn't join? Invite? Yo, got your win. Party is full. What in the world? Here we go. Nice. Then we got a group. Beautiful. Okay. Getting a second group together. Real quick. Well, I type that. Quick. Can't type, bro. Smoshka, you are lead in this group. Hold the fort down and let me know how things go as I get a second one up and running. Molten core. I'm getting ahead of myself, bro. Actually, just getting ahead of myself. What did Athel say? Athel, nope, doing M+. Oh, gee, my friend. Enjoy M+. Oh, Athel, oh, what mount did you pick for your 3400, by the way? Because I'm pretty sure he's got his Keystone Legend, right? Oh, Keystone Myth, whatever it is. Let's go. What's up, Mag? Are you NA, Mag, or are you EU, man? You're more than welcome to join us, by the way, if you want them. Who else could I pester? Dreamrift? The Robot one, my man. That's a good one. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That is the correct choice. Honestly, that is the correct choice. Damn, I can't spell friend at all. Who else can I invite, man? Panda, I'm pretty sure is a PvE guy. Romaro, hey friend, wanna join 5V5 Duels? I feel like I asked him last week, he never got back to me. Maybe he'll be like, you know what, this week I'm down. Hey man, wanna join? See if he'll be down for it. Huge Voker. Augmentation, isn't it? Augmentation is disgusting. What mine looks exact same previous one. Don't fancy goblin mounts. Yeah. Same. I'm kind of the same, honestly. Hey, Tricky. Wanna join 5V5 Duels? Can't spell, dude. What did I say? After BG, yeah. Down. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, Goeras, wanna join 5V5 Duels? Getting the second team together right now. Alrighty, so whispered a bunch of people. I'm waiting for a couple lists back. I'm gonna be pretty aggressive here if I can. Perfect. Tricky is down to join in, dude. Oh wait, that's Boris. I was about to ask Johnny. Where's Johnny? Hey, friend. Getting those together. If you wanted to join some. So a minute, no worry, bud. No worry, bud. I'm just going raid. We're this thing to a raid, which should hopefully work out. Oh, Johnny, hold on, he saw the message. Yeah, he saw the message. Yeah. Johnny's gonna. Okay, so now I know Johnny has me on red. So either Johnny will leave me on red or he'll respond back. Unfortunately, I put him in that kind of a situation. Oh, gee, friend. I'm getting some bodies together right now. Okay, Johnny said about 5 minutes, so Johnny might just be leading this group. You're gonna play with Saya, and that's gonna be a hell of a combo. That's gonna be a nightmare of a combo, like nightmare to face up against. You know what I mean? Hey Ben, wanna join some duels? I don't remember if Ben joins these duels. I'm gonna reach out to him anyway. I'm pretty sure Blago, I did message him. Danny, hey friend, wanna join 5V5 Duels? Let's see if he's down for it potentially. And as soon as Hortslayer's out, I could reach out to him, see what he says. Kragar looks like he's just queuing some stuff. I gotta queue some solos, man. I've been supposed to queue in BG Blitz because I've been having a lot of fun with BGs. It's been actually kind of a blast. But I gotta queue some solos too. Anyway, I also gotta get myself a 3 stream at some point. Also, I still have a sandwich because I'm really. Yesterday, a couple of last 3 days have been pretty bad on food consumption. Like really bad. Okay. Goer said he'll be down to join too. Trick him. Beautiful. Got your one. I've been really bad on my food consumption. The most I try to do is consume the least amount of calories with the most amount of protein. And yesterday, or even I think the day before that as well, I went under the calorie consumption. I can't get too low because otherwise I'm gonna have too aggressive overweight loss. I actually went to the doctor not long ago, and he wants me to go to like full blood work and everything. I haven't had like actually like a primary care person in ages. Usually just bouncing between one PA to another PA. But like finally got like a proper doctor. And it's like, okay, let's figure out what the hell is going on with you for the last few months. So catching him up and stuff. And he's like, damn, since your last visit to any doctor, you've had an aggressive weight loss. I'm like, god damn, how bad? It's like, real fast. It's like, it's good, you just can't be that fast. I'm like, okay, I'll try to slow it down. So after the last few days where I barely ate, probably not a good idea. You know what I mean? I'll try to finish it up as the day goes on. Who else can invite me? Pads is a PvE guy. I can't really reach out to him. Damn. Who else, man? I know Saya's coming in a bit. I know Johnny's coming in a bit, so I at least have 2 bodies to stand by. Does Panda join these duels? Let me ask him. Going hard or whatever you do. Feeling diet. I'm not even going hard. Not really, man. I don't even go hard. Like I felt. Look, I'm not gonna get into too much personal info, but I don't even go hard on like whatever I'm doing. The diet just ended up being just me not eating. Like, I got to the point where I'm not really eating, so I'm more like trying to find time to actually eat, at least 3 times a day. And it was in last few months ended up being aggressive weight loss. So I'm just like trying to slow down that aggressive weight loss whatever I can. That's really what it comes down to. Again, I feel like it probably sounds worse. It sounds so much worse than I'm making it sound, but yeah, it was aggressive. It was aggressive number drop. I was like, holy shit. He was like also, holy shit. But those were like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know either, man. I also missed out by other appointment. Feeling better, like foot-wise. I was going to a chiro, trying to fix this foot problem. Being able last month really, being able to walk around a lot better. And I overslept the doctor's appointment. I was just like, I'll go tomorrow. I overslept the next day. I'm like, I'll go the next day. I got too lax, man. I used to be super like, levels of cortisol were incredibly high, but now they just dropped a bunch of it. It's like, I can walk now. I am planning on going Wednesday though. I make it like twice a week or every 2 weeks type of thing. Bare minimum. I've just been lax on it. If we're interested in duels, I got groups forming for it right now. Let's see if we'll be down for it. Maybe Randall will come back to me as well. I don't remember if Rodor joins this. Hey, Rodor. I'll ask him. Shadow is also here in Teldrassus or in Duratar? No, that's Vadian. Does this guy join these duels? Hey friend, wanna join duels? I wanna see if you'll be down for it. It's pretty dead. Used to join these. Used to join these quite a bit. But yeah, to say that I've been going hard on things, I haven't been going hard on anything, bro. Unfortunately. My body's just been doing some weird shit, essentially. But I will say this, I do feel much better than I have like 5 months ago. So at the very least, I do feel better. Never mind, so that guy cannot join, unfortunately. Hey, let me see. Hey, Bilbo, wanna join 5v5 duels? Leon also messaged me back. I don't know if he's gonna. Brother, no time for coming to PvE. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, so then Saya, hopefully he'll get the double in his BG. Don't you think someone bus right now? Gotcha, friend. Okay, this group still needs 4. I do have like 2 coming in whenever, so then we'll need like 2. Don't really know what you look like besides your face, but your weight seems fine. Glad you feel better. Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know, 5 months ago I was just like, okay, I gotta make some changes. I was pretty bad in dumps, dude, pretty depresso espresso, and I was like, okay, let's make some changes. I've had this like foot problem, there's some swelling, painful walking, can barely walk really, and I was like, all right, let's start fixing that. On the stream on YouTube? Yeah, right now I do only stream on YouTube, Dirks. I used to stream on Twitch, but like, who cares about Twitch, man? Who cares about Twitch? I know it's like the streamer platform, but bro, people don't grow on Twitch. It's just like it's a weird platform. It's a weird business. Can't remember if you did or not. No, I only stream on YouTube. I used to stream on Twitch for when I initially started, but it felt like pulling teeth trying to get people out of like, you know, from YouTube videos onto Twitch. And at the end of the day, it's just like, I think for WoW stuff, Twitch is just kind of whatever. You know, it's decent, but also at the same time, very whatever. I don't think I need any of these other add-ons running. In fact, some of them don't even work. I gotta get rid of at least one of them. What was it? It was the universal remove. And I probably don't need wargame help, do I? Probably don't need that one. Alright, who have I pestered? Who have I not pestered? Because my whole beat-up stuff reset pretty badly. But yeah. But yeah, over the past 5 months, I made a pretty drastic change. It changed my diet completely. I only drink water pretty much. A lot of times I go out for food, go out to eat, or you know, get fast food. Pretty much zero. Try to make sure I get a daily walk. It's got to the point with walking where I need a walk, otherwise I go insane in my house. And I've been trying like really like intentionally to take more breaks. I started just sitting at this table, just constantly working on another video, another project, next project, next project. So I've been spending a lot more time just like, just on the couch, or just walking, or doing other things besides like WoW and video stuff. Because previously my whole life was just like, I wake up, take a shower, have something to eat at this desk while working on videos or doing WoW stuff. And then I will continue throughout lunch where I don't eat lunch. I just continue working. And then dinner time, and then I eat, and then I continue doing WoW stuff. Or if I do eat lunch, I just, you know, I'm at the table all the time, and I decided I gotta make some changes. Since then, I feel like my work ethic actually improved so much more. I feel like I'm able to work a project so much more efficiently, because previously I felt like I was investing so much time, got so little out of it. Nowadays it's just so much different, bro. So much different. It's weird, man. It's weird. Last 5 months, like looking at myself and what I was doing, it's hard to imagine that was me, bro. Did you outside of 5v5s? Yeah, of course. We do what, Tuesday, Wednesday, we do Mythic Plus. I went to 3400 not long ago. Ratio light? What is that? Ratio light. But yeah, we got what, 3400 over in the what's it? 3400 over in the on the NA realms, man. Right? And we got some we got the new mount. Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of stuff like outside of just 5v5 duels. I try to. I used to stream pretty much every day, but at some point I ended up cutting back a little bit on it. Used to Mythic Raid 2, did you raid this X-Pack? Yeah, no, we're raiding still. Still raiding. I just don't stream the raids, but we are progging through what, Dalaran, and then gonna be doing Lura. Dalaran was we had a bit of a snag with Dalaran, so Lura is probably gonna be delayed a little bit. No, I still raid. You ever jump into Blitz or Shuffle? I do! That's in my free time, man. What are you talking about? I love me some Shuffle. I love me some Blitz. If you see my videos, like outside of just the 5v5 duels, I usually use like for B-roll, especially if it's PvP stuff or Outwork stuff. I sometimes will just use like my random clips and Shuffle or Blitz. It's fun, man. I love me some Shuffle. I love me some Blitz. I really would like to get a proper 3v3 team to push for Gladiator and get the mount. I've never gotten the mount before. I think it would be really, really fun, but I need a team. I need like a team that's committed to like actually play together and get better and learn together. I don't even know if you really need like a meta comp for it. You just need like people that are willing to put in the effort. But like finding people to PvP with, I don't know, man. That's hard. I feel like that's very, very hard, especially with the dawn of Shuffle and Blitz. You can just queue solo. Never keep up with YouTube, more of a Twitch guy. Yeah, I guess some people just have like one platform preference or another. Yeah. Twitch is just so much content that just ends up being just downtime, man. It's crazy. Link your PvP check. My PvP check. Hold on. Is that like a website? Is that an add-on? I don't know what the hell the PvP check is. Never used it. But if you look me up, like I don't know, Drusvar, Dalaran XP, that's my team, man. You can just watch my progress. I queue here and there. Yep, sir. I don't know what PvP. I never used PvP check. I don't know how to link it, man. I don't know how to link it. Bro, I use Drusvar, I use Murloc, and that's all I do. And I just play. That's all I do, bro. All right, who else can I invite that I haven't invited? We still need 3, if not 2 bodies for this group. We just need a couple more. Whenever Johnny's on, I think it'll be a little bit easier. I don't know if Johnny's got any like homies who wants to invite for this or something, but that would be fantastic. Bro, I'm hoping today's duels won't be like NA duels last week, because last week NA duels we tried to get groups together and bro, it was hard. For some reason, it was real tough. Then again, in EU we did have Krager, and Krager does make this so much easier, so much quicker. So you'll get his homies real fast. I do wish like Advo or somebody were on though, or Rick. That's another body that I need here. I don't know if Rick, he's got like power outage again, or if that's been fixed since. I mean, I'll need to be scouting for his name if he's ever on, dude. Snag him, get him in here. Yeah. Whenever he's on. Who else usually joins on these? Rick, Rest and Hell's in the other group. There was somebody else that usually joins in that I'm forgetting. I know I'm forgetting. 100% forgetting. You reading people right now? Blitz, 71% win rate. I'm just queuing, man. I'm just pressing buttons. That's all I'm doing is just queuing, pressing buttons. I do end up getting into like super high MMR, and then I gotta wait until like it's 3 in the morning my time to even get any games. That sucks. Or like random times, like as soon as the servers go up on a Tuesday, apparently there's groups playing for like an hour and then they just fizzle out. And it's just, I need to just figure out like what are the peak times for that bracket. But the game keeps throwing me into like 3k MMR. I'm like, dude, can you drop me down to 2.6 so I can actually get some queues? Like, I just want to get some score, man. That's all I want to do. Give me some CR. That's all I want to do. I just want to get my mount. Guys, a gamer, you want to see you participate once in a while in these duels. The problem is I can't do the spectator stuff if I participate. Plus, over in the EU, it's not like I can't really participate. Not really. I don't have a max level character geared on EU, but an A, that would be a different story. The problem is I just won't be able to do the whole camera flying thing. If I can do both, I will participate. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I'm not playing, I'll fly around as a camera, but it's my time, I'll play. If I can do both, I do both, but I can't. Unfortunately, I cannot. Let me see if I can ninja invite. Where's Johnny? Just saw him for a second. Where is he? There he is. Get you in here, bud. Get you that ninja invite, bud. All right, we need, what, 2 more? We're good on this team. We have peak hours in the room. 1900 to 20, 24, 1 for Blitz. So like what? Like, that's like what? What is that, 10? 9 p.m., 10 p.m. to like 12 a.m.? Yeah, for us it's 3 a.m. Like, depending on the bracket, right? If you're in 3k MMR, you're waiting until like 3 a.m. in the morning. 3,100 players for some reason all play at that time specifically. Like, it's straight up degen hours, and it's only on weekends. So it's like, I'll just try to get enough losses to keep my MMR low enough, man. I'm just going in, pressing buttons, and I'm just getting wins. And I'm like, I like the wins, but I don't like my MMR climbing. I really wish Blizzard would just let us, like, I want to cap my MMR. I don't want it to go above 2,600. Let it sit here. I just want to get cubes. You know what I mean? Or, like, reduce it. Talk to an NPC. They're just like, hey, we can just, you know, drop it down a little by 100 points. I'm like, I'll click that like 4 times. 31, 3200, bro. Yeah, that is not fun. That is it's a fun MMR because everybody's super competitive and the games are clean. I do like that scene, right? I like the scene of it, the entire thing. That being said, that waiting queue is a disaster, man. It is a disaster. I don't want to be doing that. I do not want to be doing that whatsoever. All right, so Guerrero said he would be down to join in whenever. I just see like what, one more body and then Guerrero's in and we're good. I just see one dude. I wonder if Cracker would maybe change his mind last second and be like, you know what, fine, I'm gonna join in on this. But any bodies, if you guys wanna invite your homies, Johnny, actually, if you got any homies you want to invite, man, help me out. Hey, Daddy Dad, what's up? Chris Society, my guy. 22+ minute queues. 22 minutes is pretty average. Even at like that high MMR, like, unless it's the same, like what, 16 people queuing together over and over and over, then it's doable. But bro, yeah, it is, it can definitely get pretty rough, honestly. Depending on how long the queues are, yeah, it can definitely be pretty atrocious of an experience. Yeah, but 20 minutes is not the worst of it. Although like 20 minutes while it's 3 in the morning and you're just so tired, you just want to go to bed, but it's like, that's the only time you can queue, so you're just trying to stay up, knowing that you're going to be eating into your sleep schedule. That's pretty bad. Blizzard got to do something about that. Like, I honestly feel like maybe they should just like allow more mixed MMR and just like score people based on performance, right? If let's say your team is absolutely just, you know, just absolutely throwing, but you played your class well, or as best as you could in the situation given, I think they should allow everybody with more mixed MMR, and you should be ranked not based on your team winning or losing, but based on your performance, right? So like, your team may lose, but if you played your class as best as you could, then it's like, you get CR. You won't get as much CR for winning compared to winning and playing well, but if your team loses but you played well, you should still get CR. Then you could just have more mixed MMR, right? Players that are just playing at their level as best as they can for their class role, they can get CR, just as long as you play as well as you can, right? Play the objective, play the defensive, play the offensive, right? As long as you're playing to your role properly, you can get points, even if your team doesn't quite win. Oh, is it trick? Yeah. Get in here, want to see you play a minute 8. Yeah, no, Dirk's is in. Dirk, you got any homies you want to invite? Because this other team just needs a body or two. I'm on my beat it, bro. I'm scouting. I'm scouting. If I get over, I can. I think you already asked for Maro, right? I did ask for Maro. I did pester him already. I'll try not to. Bug him too much. Okay, we just need like what, 2 more and we're good. Is a trick to get in rating a blitz? Is there really a trick? Wait, even if you lose? No, the trick is you play first 2 weeks of the season and then last 2. That's it? So you play for the first 2 weeks and you stop playing and then you come back for the last 2 weeks when the MMR is like reset or changed up? I mean, that's what to do it. The MMR is inflated? I guess so, right? Just win a bunch of games in the first 2 weeks, get MMR super high, stop playing the entire time and then come back. The problem is I want to keep playing, bro. I want to get my mount. I want to get my sets. I want to get my conquests. I want to get my things, man. I want to get all the things. I want to get all of the things, you know? I like my cosmetics, man. Let me get them. I just want to get my mount. I always miss out the saddle because I get a super high MMR and then I can't play more. And then I got to get an ult up and running and get score on that. Getting rewards in big chill and duels. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's one way of doing it. You know, that is one way of doing it. It'd be very difficult to make a system that can track players. Bro, Blizzard can do it. Blizzard knows exactly. Blizzard understands of what your class is supposed to do. And look, Blizzard added a single button rotation. It tells you what is the correct button to press. I'm sure they could also figure out if you're playing your class correctly, right? I think that could be a much faster way of doing it. Much faster way of doing it. Either way. Hey Rico, wanna join 5V5 Duels? I don't remember if Rico joins these, but I'm gonna reach out anyway because I need bodies here. Should I ask if Bonnie wants to join some? I mean, he's a Shadow Priest. I don't think he's gonna have a lot of fun with it. But maybe. No. I just let him do his thing. I got really excited about potentially having Bonnie join these, but I feel like he's just not gonna have a lot of fun with it in general. Like, I want to invite him because he's a really cool dude, right? But it's like, I just don't think he's gonna have any fun with that at all. Yeah, this is different. But players in general figure out the different and better ways to play the developers. not just in WoW, but in games in general. But like, there's a meta, right? The Blizzard PvP devs can at least see what players usually do in BG Blitz, right? Which classes play defensives, which classes sit bases, which classes play offensives. I could probably use some kind of like a bunny system, just add a tracker of like how well do you defend an objective in like Lighthouse or Mines in Gilneas, right? If you're a Paladin and you're using your defenses properly to stop a rogue from capping it, and you're keeping the rogue away from being able to cap the base, you get some kind of invisible number tallied up that says you're playing the BG correctly. The rogue, if he's attacking and he's trying to do everything he can in order to take the base, and if he takes it, he gets a bump in points. So like, even if the team loses, he's at least playing objective correctly. He took the objective, he's gonna get a set amount of points. You're gonna lose some points for the team losing, but then you accumulate winning points by playing your class correctly. And if you're playing your class correctly, you're good, right? Healers, are they using the cooldowns efficiently? They can track it. Are they wasting their mana? They can track it. Are they dispelling random stuff versus actual CT? They can track that stuff. And then use an algorithm to figure that stuff out. Like, they already do stuff like that. I mean, they literally programmed the bots, and they gave them, here are the right abilities you should be using. Like, if you're playing the BGs with bots, the rogues will sap you and cap the objective. It's not like they're just like a DPS bot that'll just attack you. They will literally play the objective. So they have stuff like what is important in BG, objectives, CC and enemy healers, damage, landing interrupts, things like that, right? Like if you're a rogue and you're constantly throwing kicks into a juke caster or a mage, why should that rogue get a lot of points if you're just constantly throwing his kicks away, right? You're just absolutely making the BG worse while the mage is blinking around, landing jukes, landing CC, going for big AoE over a flag objective, stopping the enemy team from capping. That should be points. Yeah, his team may lose, but he played his class correctly. Why should he be punished? You know, because the problem is you're creating a situation where you could play really, really well, but if your team is throwing, like, you're losing with them. And why should you? Why, if you play your class correctly, like, you know, you play solo shuffle, and there's one healer sometimes that's just like absolutely playing well, while the other healer is literally throwing. He has no idea what he's doing. He's running around like a chicken without a head. Absolutely does not know what to do with his cooldowns, and you're like at 2400 in the morning. It's like, how did this guy get here? Should you be punished because that healer is struggling? Or should you be rewarded for playing your class correctly? There's only one right answer. And there's an objectively wrong answer in the other one. Right? Because sometimes, like, look, sometimes your healer's throwing, how are you going to win? Carry him? He's literally throwing totems random left and right. Right? He literally threw a spirit link into a ceiling. And it's like, what are you doing? Why? Throw it on top of us when we're taking damage. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, should you be punished because the healer's doing that? No. My answer is nope. Objectively, nope. Should never be punished for that. Who should be punished? The healer, not you. Get like 3K people seeing completely wrong. Call healer different game. We call it healer diff game. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like when a healer is absolutely throwing, like, should you be punished? The objective answer, objectively correct answer, no. Because you didn't pick this healer. You didn't join with this healer in the lobby. You got matched up. And we're just throwing, why should you be punished? Because a lot of the times you'll have a game where one healer goes 6 wins, the other healer goes 0. It's obvious to tell who's the problem in that whole group is, and the other DPS are all 3 and 3. And they get like no points, or they even lose MMR for some reason. Or lose points because they went 3. Why should they get punished because one healer's throwing while the other healer's actually playing kind of competently? You shouldn't. You should not. Same thing if like if you have a hunter who's constantly getting nuked and he's blown his, like he's popping wall, turtle, exil all together, and it's like, please separate those cooldowns a little. Please stand in my spirit link. Please stop lining siding me as a healer when you're just getting blasted out by a warrior behind the pillar. Stop lining your healer constantly. There's always one player, right? Usually a hunter, but sometimes not a hunter. They're just trolling. Absolutely trolling. He'll press true shot, he'll press aim shot, and he'll run around just like line of siding his healer the entire game. And overlapping too many defenses together. Like literally throw wall, turtle, exil, feint, disengage, cheetah, trinket, air. Literally just all that. Like, why should you be punished when you're just throwing everything into the wind? You know what I mean? The other ones that are going through realism over CR. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you play correctly, why should you lose rating? You know? And look, you can disagree with me. Maybe you think there's a better solution. But like, this is just my take, man. I just gotta take. By the way, we still need 2 more bodies, bro. Still need to... Hold on. Hey, Amori. Wanna join some... Bro, we need 2 more, and then we can actually get some games going. I can't with it, dude. I can't with it this week. I can't with it. We can't be sitting here for 30 minutes not getting groups together, bro. Cracker, no. Cracker even told me ahead of time he won't be able to join tonight. Dude, who else do I invite, man? Do I just invite Infuse and Demon Hunter? Does he want to mess with it a little? Okay, if Amori takes a bite, if he joins the group, then I'll see if I can get Mbani in on Demon Hunter. Ia cooked today. Johnny, do you got any homies you want to invite, man? I know you have some people that I don't have on my friends list. I don't know if you got anybody you could like toss an invite to, bro. So I change it. Hold on. The game has been cooked since SL, maybe BFA, so I change it. Now let it be cooked. No. You can always change it. I think it's worth changing things. I think it's worth changing for the better. Like, they're just thought out a huge, large sync tuning for the next reset. And that should be real good, bro. Real good. Really healthy for the Mythic plus beta. Like, the buff Baron all of a sudden became playable. Now you have Baron, Brewmaster, very playable. Now they're buffing literally everybody else. In thinking games, when you guys say that they don't know what off card is, I don't know what is happening. To be fair, there are some people in BG Blitz that do end up winning games back to back, and they get shot up in MMR. Blitz beat MMR is so finicky. You can get like 2-3 wins, and all of a sudden they just boost like hundreds of points up. That happened to me before, where I was just like doing not Kotmogu. It was Deep Wind's Gorge. It was Deep Wind's Gorge, and I was trying to like I was just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and I literally was like, hey, one guy was essentially coaching me through what I should be doing in this BG, because I'm like, I don't play this BG Blitz game ever. I don't play this map ever. Like, should I be shrine? Should I be going farm? Should I be on the attack? He was like, go here, go there. Okay, go here. He literally whispered me where I should be. And I was like, okay, thank you. He was like getting annoyed because he's also fighting in the middle, but he's also whispering me, so like micromanaging where I go. I know he was annoyed, but he was like, dude, like, I get it. But essentially all you do is rogue is you're constantly attacking, constantly on bases, constantly harassing. I'm like, awesome, thank you. You literally need somebody who, like, when you have a march shoots up that high, you literally need somebody to tell you, bro. Okay, I got Broton. Maybe I can get him in. Maybe I can go... Hey, friend, wanna... See if maybe Embody wants to join some duels in DH. We literally need 1 more spot, bro. 1 more. 1 more. And if we get like 3 games in, I'll be happy. Literally 3 games and I'll be happy. Happiest camper in the world. I was looking to find somebody else on my real ID that I could have like Shadow. I tried, but that didn't work out. Unless Goeris is down. And oh gee, thought I'd ask. Just need 1 body. Oh gee, maybe Broton will hit me back up, or Bugrika, but Bugrika losing his in dungeon. He'll get it, yeah. He says you will get it. I appreciate the confidence, but EU is cooked, bro. EU is actually cooked. Actually cooked. Do we still have AWC happening or what's up? Oh, gee. Okay, Broton is also no-go. Damn it! Bro, we just need 1 body, man. 1 body. So hard. Bro, you don't even know. You don't even know. Okay, I'm just gonna message Goeris and be like, yo, we got 1 spot open if you want him, bro. We got 1 spot open. Try it again. One time I'm here joining you, fool. Hey, bro, you got in your homies who want to invite Dirks? You're like, yo, you want to join this duels thing? You literally just 1v1 people in like like an order. Duels are fun as hell, man. This is my favorite part of the week. Legit my favorite part of the week. But like, yeah, sometimes it takes a second. Look, when Krager's around, it's super easy because he gets all his homies and we chill out. No issues. Krager's homies follow Krager and do stuff with Krager regularly. He's got his community. It's awesome when the communities combine together for a duels thing, right? His boys, our boys, queuing, rotating bodies. That's super fun for me. Oh, Rick is another body too. Rick is another body. Wait, also, Toxie was on earlier, wasn't he? I meant to message Toxie, but I guess he got off. Do I have Toxie on here? Hold on. BNet maybe? Toxie? Where's Toxie? T-O. I don't think I should be able to find him, right? Toxie. Hey, friend, wanna join Duels? You can get him in here, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I'll try. Maybe. Or Anto? Wait. I haven't had Anto in these in a hot second, too. Hey, Anto? They mostly just queue and stuff, but I'll just ask him, dude. I'll just run it by him. I am worried how tomorrow's duels are gonna go, by the way, because NA last week was a little bit on the rougher side. I was like, it's okay. We can come around. We'll get the U games going. And this is how U games are going, unless this is like that regional switch that we're gonna get. Unless this is the regional switch. EU games are gonna go down. NA, they're gonna shoot up for some reason. Happens every single expansion, dude. At some point, it just hits that critical mass, and it just like the interest flips for one reason or another. So maybe. Did Bro Blago respond to me? I don't think he did. Okay, we're waiting then. Literally need one more body. Literally need one of Moss. I kind of wish there was like an alert thing I could do somewhere on my BNet where I could see like who's online, who's offline. Like if a new body pops up, on or off. Like if it's somebody from Duels, I could just like see them pop online instead of like searching through my BNet constantly. But yeah, just need one. So if you guys do have any friends you want to invite, that would help me out tremendously. Help me out absolutely tremendously. That looks like he's queuing. Oh wait, no, he is in Wilson Gulch. Yeah. Okay, waiting then. Give it hopefully someone in a minute maybe. But yeah. CGO Rogramar testing available for Pandaria. Ah yeah, Wowhead did the thing. Wowhead did the thing. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Hi bro, do you remember when you were in Voronezh? We drank beer in the garage. Leka was still there. Друг, я какого по-русскому? Привет, бро, понимаешь, помнишь, когда ты был в Воронеже? Мы пиво пили и в гараже. Леха еще был. Ну какую-то ты историю придумал там. Я-то не знаю, ты чё? Voidlords. О чем ты говоришь? Никогда не был в Воронеже. В Воронеже? Я не знаю, что это тоже. Я даже не помню русский язык. Леха еще был. I like the last part. Leka was still there. Oh man. That's funny. How do I enter arena when leader? Are you lead? I'll just queue your team up via command. We just need +1 on this team and we're good. Why? Did somebody happen to Nasmoshka? Or did it make you lead? Because or you could pass See if Astra's down. That's another body, potentially. What's up, gamers? What's up, Hemdala? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Did it make you lead? Can always pass lead to Nushka the rogue. I thought I made the Smushka lead, but maybe I made Anissa lead somehow. Or possible I messed up somewhere. See if Aster comes back to me on that one. But we just need Onomaz, boys. One more and we're good to go. I highly doubt Shadow would be down, right? He looks like he just spam Q on like AAs until he gets one done. MDI tonight, maybe that's why it's quiet. Possibly. Bro, when is MDI ending? When is MDI ending? When is that ending, actually? It's gonna be what, a couple of weeks, right? Oh my god, bro. Blizzard, please. Blizzard, please, don't make it difficult on me, man. Okay, we still need Unomaz, dude. We still need one. We're still just looking for that +1 so we can actually get some EU games going. Holy moly. Hamdallah, are you in, by the way? Do you want to join some duels? We just need one body, bro. We just need a single body will be good to go. Unfortunately, Krager cannot join tonight. So without him, the goods do take a second. Unfortunately. Is there somebody in Mabina that I'll miss, maybe? That I can invite? I might go errors, but I don't know if he'd be down or not. Invite me to Kishin game. What server? What server? Or if you just find us under Legacy Raids at Molten Core. Oh, that works. Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's make Leo lead. We're good to go. I think it is, who's lead? Anastad. Right, spectator, match. Leo, Amor, DF. And Anastad, 5 in the grand 1. Okay, or maybe it's Nasmurshka. Nasmurshka. I think that's it. Yeah, got it. We're doing, boys. We got him. Yo, if we could get 3 games today, dude, I'll be happy. Because I still have so many Rogue clips from past few weeks. Because Rogues were just absolutely running amok. We have so many Rogues, man. It is crazy. But, yeah. But, yeah. If I get like 3 games tonight on EU, I'll be a happy camper. Because I got so many Rogue games from past few weeks. Actually, a metric ton. I'm just like, yo, I just want to get some stuff that isn't Rogue themed so I don't go Rogue again. But there's so many Rogue games, man. So many Rogue games. Although a lot of Paladin games on EU, because Paladins are still kind of busted, aren't they? So we had a Paladin just, it's lights. I think it was Dalaran that was in a couple of weeks. Did Blizzard fixes, by the way? They fixed it! Oh, thank goodness, bro! Oh my, I am so happy. Wait, did they remove the outline too? There's no weird outline either. Bro, did Blizzard actually fix the spectator stuff? Oh my goodness. I like how they fix random things. There's like class bugs still in the game, which is unfortunate. But like spectator stuff, the random outline, the camera tracking, they were able to fix that some way, somehow. We're back, baby. Arrested Hell is the Devourer going to be first up versus Saya. Actually, one of the better classes versus a Paladino. Demon Hunters, especially. Actually, no, he's Havoc. Even better, actually. Even better. Blessing a Sanctum for Saya, which is perfect versus Arrested Hell. Go for a bit of a backflip, double beam or double blade dance into Fell Rush. Just trying to see if he can use mobility. Anytime he uses the Fell Rush, he gets a small shield, which is nice in order to keep him a little bit afloat in terms of survivability. So the more often you use it, the better. Trying to see if he can spell, steal, or steal soul fragments out for Saya to fuel himself, as it does give him significant healing. Blade dance with a bit of a backflip. Trying to see if he can avoid a Hodge out of Saya. Saya does see an opportunity to run in. Trinket imprisons into a Sigil of Misery out by Arrested Hell. Does get himself I-beam with a big glaive. That's an opportunity to make some big damage happen. Saya looking to back up out of it as best as possible. Spell Warden to stop a lot of that chaos damage. However, Arrested Hell, do you have any physical damage that goes through? I think the glaive is the only ability that actually does go through. The immunity for Saya does not last long at all though. Chaos Crash does end up stunning Saya, forcing him to trinket. More mobility out for Rest in Hell, who's picking up a lot of health while meta is active. And he's gonna need that meta again sometime soon. Stun, meta is still up for a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna have another blade dance out of the meta. That'd be ideal. Try to see if he can go for darkness, picking up whatever health he can. Saya with a ton of damage. Resident Evil trying to stay in darkness as best as possible. Another I-beam with the hunt that should help him stabilize and recover a lot of health. That shield event is not gonna feel good, but for Resident Evil, that's a lot of damage and self-killing while meta is active. Next stun for Resident Evil, however, is gonna be very, very deadly. Saya has one in 5 seconds, so I wonder if he's gonna try to go for that stun immediately. Resident Evil trying to buy himself a little bit of time, throwing in glaives, going for souls with Saya. Saya has a Hodge, and it looks like he's ready to go in. Stun first before that happens. If Resident Evil times this correctly with the backflip, he might be able to immune. Does go flying up in the air. No CC out for Saya. Lance is coming down. It's gonna get another extra Lance. Another one. Leon Hands forced out of Saya with a bit of regenerating. Resident Evil caught up a ton of health in that moment. Stun, full on health, does take a lot of damage, full set of wings, big damage out of Dawn Light. Resident Evil is going to need something in order to stabilize here. Warlock Hellstone is available. I don't know if he can actually use it, the cooldown on it. I don't know if it's up or down. That meta though, helping him catch up a lot of that healing. Aggressive use of meta and doing as much damage as possible to Saya in combination is going to help him at least recover a ton of health. Saya only left with a bubble. For Resident Evil, this is an opportunity to make something happen. He's got Hunt, he's got Imprison, he's got meta in 20 seconds. Backflip out of that blind. Stunned by Saya. Wake of Ashes is available. Got himself the procs onto Resident Evil, but does he have enough? Stunned by Resident Evil. May need something here to follow up. Is going to be a wall that is a shield of evidence out for Saya. Might need to go for a potential meta for Resident Evil into a Sigil of Misery. Does not connect. Needs some kind of healing. Metamorphosis available right now. May just need to send meta. He may just need meta right here, right now. Otherwise, he's got a lot to work with. Try to see if he can maybe take down Saya. Is it enough? Into an I-beam from a distance. Throwing in the glaive. Meta is available. If he can meta the Hodge, try to see if he can do it. Shrink it out. It's going to be huge damage. Does Saya have enough here? May need to be looking for a bubble. Big burst off with the Demon Hunter. Saya does not go for the bubble just yet. Does Resident Evil have enough survivability here? He's got Imprison. He's got Wall. He's going to pick up a lot of health out of this though. Saya, do you go for the bubble? Needs to save a global just for the bubble. Gets so low actually. Try to go for a bubble. Try to stay aggressive. Decided, you know what? I have just enough health. And Resident Evil allowed him to just get super, super low. Taking him out. The one class that can stand toe-to-toe, although with a bit of struggle, versus a Paladin is the Demon Hunter. Tricky trying to go for that melee combo. Wombo needs a Metamorphosis in order to get himself the most amount of damage. I do wonder what kind of damage output does Tricky have now. Lance is up or above. Tricky is going to go for a bit of self-heal, just try to see if he can catch up a little bit of survivability. Needs the full meta go. Meta burst for Devourer did get nerfed a little, but I think he's looking just fine for now. So the blood buffs, I did see the blood buffs, man. I did see the blood buffs. Those do look real good. Actually look fantastic. Resident Evil with a huge charge onto Tricky. Quick Imprison. Does have a Sigil of Misery. Not going to be able to stun by it. Try to see if he can avoid him. Needs that Metamorphosis. I think he's maybe building up for like the biggest, hardest hitting meta possible. Is that what Tricky playing into? Huge charge by Resident Evil with the stun to follow. I-beam right after. As he got himself a blade dance to follow. Tricky, there goes the meta. This is where you know Resident Evil was planning for it. He was like, you know what? I still need to see the meta. I need to get mobility. I need to run out of it. Unfortunately, that meta does not last long at all. Tricky unable to follow up. Resident Evil got a lot of mobility. Unfortunately for Tricky, his meta is literally a global just to go into big demon form, and it gives Resident Evil, who has so much mobility, plenty of opportunity to catch up or back away in that situation. For Tricky, maybe he can recover something, anything, but I don't know. Resident Evil, I think, is just tough, just hot on his tail the entire time. Havoc does have a little bit more freedom of mobility, plus a meta that lets him leave. The meta for Devourer is good. It is very powerful. It's just very much a haymaker. You can see it from literally a mile away. When they go to swing, you see that fist from a distance. Resident Evil dropping down darkness. Army of undead surrounding him. Zuko with all the pets in play got himself every bit of undead output out here versus Resident Evil, who's still surviving, cleaving down the army of undeads, catching up a ton of healing. Does go for a cheat death onto Zuko. Continues to cleave down these undeads, and Zuko cannot even make a dent in his health. The amount of overall self-healing that Resident Evil can do as he's cleaving all of those undeads is really, really high. To try to go for a poly. Gonna be a melt for Resident Evil, flying up in the air. Takifsha is gonna maybe potentially go for a block. Try to see if you can just fight him with Ray of Frost. That is a ton of damage by the mage. Another Ray of Frost short in prison. Resident Evil actually evades death, but it's gonna be a quick blade rush with fell blade into a blade dance. I'm definitely great with my Demon Hunter abilities, aren't I? FF should have won, but I played by Havoc guy. Yeah, no, Resident Hell is really, really good at Havoc. Like, this is his main dude. He's been playing this thing even when Devour became a meta. He's like, I'm still playing Havoc. He's the guy that's stuck with Havoc no matter what. He plays it really, really well too. Resident Hell's been around the block and he's been playing Havoc even when it was really, really tough to play in 1v1s in particular. Like, really not good. Look at him, 31% dampening, 6 minutes into the duel. He's got plenty of addons to clear through. Unfortunately, he doesn't properly have a meta to use. Leo drops super incredibly low. Resident Hell keeps charging through in order to give himself just a little more survivability, picking up whatever health he can from Leo. I don't know if Leo's got much more to work with. Human ratios available, has slows, can maybe go for death strikes. IBeam as he goes for a spin. Cheat death for Leo. Hold on a second. I think Resident Hell just finishes all the way through. Absolute monster of a demon hunter. Look at his damage and his healing. Wait. He actually did a little more healing than damage. It like is 1-to-1. It's literally 1-to-1. Boys, are we all sleeping on Havoc Demon Hunter or what? Kinda nuts, man. The one, is he immortal? He might literally be the most immortal demon hunter I've ever met. Literally the most immortal demon hunter I've ever met. Let's get another one going. Nasmirshka and Johnny, let me know when you guys are still 5. Please tell me you guys are still 5 and we're good to go, right? Please tell me you guys are still 5. I want to go again. That was fun. I know Saya wants a rematch. I know Saya definitely wants a rematch after that. Where are we at in duels though? 225? Is it 27? 27 it is. Johnny, ready. Nasmirshka. Ready. What happened? You say need one? Beautiful. How do I... Oh, okay. Nope, not what I meant to do. What is he doing? Okay, cool. Hold on. Oh, I need to switch it out a little. There we go. Cool. Perfect. We go again. We go to Tol Veron. Caster Heavy Arena. This is going to go for a caster's rematch. Oh no, we 100% giving you a chance to rematch. Although I still would do a slash roll. I don't think you guys should go 1v1 again. I think you should do a slash roll just so we can get variety. But like if you after this match, maybe if you're really jonesing for rematch, then maybe we can get something going, right? How about it? Remember me when they had a Sporus trinket that healed for a ton? BFA, I do remember it, Boris. I do remember Spore trinket. Yep, from under stank, under rot. Everybody in my guild called it the understank. I do remember, bro. BFA was a an interesting expansion. PvE trinkets using PvP, literally people being ungodly, unkillable. The Zot trinket, nice HPS. The HD, it's crazy. Havoc in particular is the one spec that can do that much damage and healing without being a hybrid class. Which. Got ourselves a Resident Hell who just played a hell of a game. I wonder if they're gonna have him go first by any measure. Scourge also wants to get a chance to play Nasmirshka over an Assassination, Sabado and a Subtlety, and Derek's also the Subtlety. There goes Derek's. I like that red and purple. Oh, there's not Derek's. Might not be Dirks. Might not be Dirks. Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Techfisha, I know you're running. May not be Dirks. Hold on a second. It may not be Dirks. May not be Dirks. Okay, that's fine. If you just want to throw a Blizzard on him, just in case it's him, I think it's Dirk just kind of hanging out in this corner. Maybe just showing off, like, hey, you can go here. I like a Tabra, by the way. Also, you mog all red and purple. I wish you could see it a little bit better. I wish you could see it just a little bit better. Turn around, do a slash leap. There you go. Do a slash leap for us, bud. That actually is good. I don't hate the black. No, the purple. There's like a mixture of like dark, like around the mask. I like the weapons too. Are those? That's either Cataclysm or Dragonflight. One of those two. Takvishu gonna go for a Garrote versus Nasmirshka, or rather get hit by Garrote by Nasmirshka into a Kingsbane Kidney. Maybe looking for an instant block. That is an instant block. Easily. The trinket from us was pretty OP too. Yeah, that trinket from us. Yeah, a bunch of trinkets were pretty nuts, man. Available. Okay, I'll let you know if a spot opens up. Takvisha, I'm messing up your name so hard. I almost just want to go with Takisha. And just, that F for some reason is silent. Takvisha? I don't even know, dude. I'm so bad at that. What is your water elemental doing? DFA down? Are you just dead? May need to go for another block here. He's got flurries down. He's got at least slows onto the rogue. Steps are up. Got him some mutilates, but he's got him some more blinks. Do you have shimmers or just normal blinks? I can't even tell. And we lost somebody over in the team too. What did we lose? There was a warlock, I think, right? A warlock either DC'd or something. We'll probably have a spot after this game, actually. Yeah, okay, so the warlock is not coming back. We do have Aster, who said he'll be down. Season 3 or Season 2, your idea, but in DF with Season 1 enchantment. Oh, this set? Oh yeah, his set is definitely a Season 1 set. Yeah, it's like the elite of Season 1 with some mythic pieces of Season 2 with the Shadowlands, I think, a chance. But I could be wrong on that one. Tricky getting blasted with the Kingsbane stabs. Tricky will need some resources versus Nesbushka. Rogue, go for a DFA. Stun mid-air. Hold on, I thought DFA would just stop a lot of the damage. Melee burst out for Tricky. Cloak shot is for Nesbushka. Unfortunately, some portion of Tricky's burst did go into a cloak. He still got a decent bit of damage though while meta is active. As long as he got whatever instance cast he's got, he might actually be able to bring the rogue down, and he's recovering health little by little, even while meta is active. Got himself a couple more rapes, needs a couple more consumes to follow him. I don't think he'll be getting a void blade anytime soon. Stun has a Tricky for it. Darkness is available too, so you might just need to go for it as well. Does get himself a little survivability. Trying to see if he can land an angle with mobility, but rogue slows with crippling poison. Unfortunately, he won't be able to reconnect. He does have what looks like a haunt back in, as well as potentially both void blade as well. So you might be able to make some work here. Spectral Sight is available. May need to go for a movement skill in order to catch up with the rogue. Or he's just going to go for another set of eyes. Or for the team 2, they are going to need to basically play. Somebody's going to have to play like a one-man army. And especially just try to see if he can make a play there into a Garrote, cheap shot, full Dalaran Kingsbane right after. Does get himself those ambush procs, which is a decent bit of overall damage. Trying to go for a DFA. Tricky, I think, was trying to see if he can maybe land a CC. That's what I think Nesbushka's trying to do. He's trying to get the opener and then try to DFA some sort of a CC. But it looks like while you're at the peak, at the apex of your leap, you could still get stunned apparently. So as long as Tricky delays his stun a little bit and it doesn't stun as the DFA goes on, it should be okay. I don't even know. Does DFA even work anymore? Does it do anything? Because I feel like I've seen rogues get polymer 1 mid DFA before. So I'm not even 100%. Tricky does have himself the Void Ray at least. I don't even know if that builds you resources, but he does recover a ton of health. With Nesbushka, I think going to end up playing it super slow. For Tricky, the problem here is if he's taken a little bit too long a time right now, he's going to put himself in a situation where he won't be able to trinket the next burst out of the rogue. Him being proactive with the eyes is huge, but he's going to have to wall and use cooldowns pretty aggressively here. Garrote, I would wall immediately as soon as you get access to it. Definitely needs to use everything he can because Nesbushka got full burst with cloak available. That's a ton of burst. Oh my god, Nesbushka could go for a trick and just to land that kill. As a demon hunter, you are very deadly. But you also are a glass cannon. You are squishy enough where if a rogue or another class with lockdowns like a monk, for instance, drops you, locks you down, full burst everything, there may not be much that you can do in that type of situation. Like, I don't know if you can't even blur while you're garroted. Is that even a spell or is that a physical? I don't really know. That might have helped him, but I don't know if it would have been like a silver bullet for his situation whatsoever. The Fazuko eyes are not available as Demon Hunter did end up using those up. And with the Rogue, he could go out there and just attack you, but I mean, without a cooldown, the Rogue is basically putting a target on his back. With Kingsbane, however, he might be able to make some work, plus Vanish coming up real soon. So maybe this could be an opportunity for the Rogue to make something happen. At this point, all Zuko can do is just wait, let the Rogue get the opener. Garrote, cheap shot, got himself the shift, so the death net is going to be slowed. Kidney shot off of that Kingsbane is taking decent bit of damage. Zuko might be in a bit of trouble. May need to use a lot of cooldowns to survive that. That's just also a partial burst of the big and Venom following up off that DFA. Does end up soaking it up with AMS. Zuko does go in for a cheap death mechanic here, necroticing out some of his health, but does get at least a little bit of a health bar to work with. Stun to Nesbushka, does go for the Vanish into yet another Garrote. Looking to get the bleeds going. Zuko with the trick at last second. Is this enough though? The Rogue and Demon Hunter both close. Rogue with a cheat death does end up taking him out with no health left whatsoever. And Messiah gonna be up next. This Rogue so far has gotten 3. I don't think Saya is gonna let him out of his sight at all. Just a full Wake of Ashes. Dawn Lightning is done with Durix going up next. Immediate Blessing of Protection. Durix knows he wants to back up out of there. No more wings out for Saya. He just used those on the other Rogue with a Wake of Ashes. But for Durix, he's just gonna end up backing up out of there. Unless Saya no longer playing the short wings. Is he playing real wings or short wings? I can't even tell. But for Dirks, it's not too much dot damage that he had to deal with, which is really good for him. Really good for him, honestly. And Dirks is looking for a bit of a reset here behind the pillar. That is going to be eyes picked up by Saya. He's just trying to see if he can get himself a go. Sap immediately. Dirks does not have a blades, but at the very least, he's got a decent bit of damage. Bop out for Saya. Not going to be usable. That wall is going to be great to stop a lot of Rogue's bursts. Dirks is just going to disengage completely. I think he's going to try to see if he can wait until another stun. Stepping past Saya into a gouge right after. Maybe a blind? No blind. Trinket into a blind right after them. And for Saya, he wants to get back over there. He got Blessing a Saint, so you can try and Blessing a Saint ahead of Dirks. He might be all good. Dirks with a sap. Unfortunately, it is super yard, so he won't even be able to land a sap. Unfortunately, you could only sap twice, stun twice, blind twice until the DR hit. Blind out by Saya. He doesn't have a stun. So for Dirks, if he's got himself a full stun combo with a coup de grace, that is a ton of damage, dude. That is a ton. Delay on hands even without Saya being locked down. Dirks is another big go. Can also pre-cloak it. If Dirks like sees Saya trinketing or bubbling, he could always press cloak. He may need to just pop cloak on the opener. But he got Shadow Blade in a few seconds. So maybe Shadow Blade's cloak, everything, force a bubble out of Saya. Maybe possibly Isaac gonna pick up a Saya, looking for that side onto Dirks, who is actually in a decent spot. He's got cooldowns going back up little by little. He's still got another vanish. I don't think he's gonna die in a combo from Saya unless Saya literally lands every single ability as a crit. So Dirks is gonna try to see if he can get us going. Subtlety versus Red Paladin, it has to be played like this. Because Sub Rogue, if he's just out getting beat on by Red Paladin, he loses that every single time. He has to play around his cooldowns, and so does Saya. Try to see if he can pull Saya towards the corner. That's exactly what he's going for. Look, he's Rogue putting himself out there. He's like, you know what? I need to play around the pillar. This will give me a much better advantage. Saya does not want the Rogue to get any kind of a reset. So for Dirks, he may just have to chance it possible with the cloak in the opener. Try to see if he can get Saya walking away. Like, look, I'm over here by the pillar. You can go over here. At least if you can just pull him away from the corner, at least a little bit further out, that'd be perfect. Cheap shot into immediate trinket. No trinket for Dirks. He's going to take a bit of damage. He's got cloak. Blades available, so you know Saya is expecting a huge go out by the Rogue. And that's going to be coup de grace. Big shatter strikes. Massive unseen blades. No cloak by Dirks just yet. May just need to burn it here. He's got himself super low on health. There goes the cloak of shadows. The Saya counter with a bubble. He may just have to bubble out. Vanish available for Dirks. He does get AoE'd a little bit. Barely alive. Stepping right after. He got another dance. I don't know if he can really do much about it. Blind on the side. He's got himself Blessing a Saint, but he used it late. Blind came out right before Blessing a Saint, so he didn't get a full reset on it. No trinkets out for Saya. He doesn't have much. Dirks, if you have enough damage here, you could just follow up and end it. Trinket, perfect. Main evasion just for the DR. Does go for the Schmeld. Cheap shot. This is your chance, Dirks. Last chance. No, unfortunately. The Rogue was so close, man. So close. I don't know if he had a kidney shot or another cheap shot to follow up or anything like that. That was his chance, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough. It was close. Actually incredibly close. Is it Sabadell or is it Rest in Hell? Or maybe they're waiting for whatever the Warlock was going to be, but that guy's not here anymore. What if you guys going to go next? Because Saya now does not have a bubble, does not have a bop, does not have a lay on hands. CBA, can't see DR. Yeah, dude, the DR, I really think Blizzard needs to make sure DR is like tracked maybe on player like health bars too. Like, you gotta be able to see the DR, maybe even on the unit frame, right? Just somewhere like an extra debuff slot where you can easily track it. Super easily. Stuns, saps, roots. Wait. Looking like both of them are gonna run out. Oh, I'm so glad they fixed the camera thing. Oh my god. This definitely makes duels more fun for me. Because the camera angles and the smoothness of the camera so much easier to manage. Sabado with a gouge, kidney shot. Saya has nothing. Does have Shield of Vengeance with a wall. That's about all he can do right now. Pre-cloak by Sabado. Just try to see if he can end Saya out of this duel. Still wall holding on strong enough. Saya tried to go for healing at 56% dampening. Sabado with an evasion. Got himself another Shadow Strike to reconnect. Closing the gap into more coup de grace. This needs a little bit of damage. Blind out for Saya. Gotta dodge very soon. He's gonna have to use it. Sabado just needs one more hit, dude. Literally one more hit. Kick. Saya, I think it's over. Trinket, but he can't hodge. Wake of Ashes, do you just self-heal? You have to, right? You have to. I don't think it's even enough. I don't know if it's even enough. He just got Shadow Strikes. It's over, bro. It is so over. I think maybe literally going for Templars, trying to land the kill might have been the play. That was tough. Paladin left with not a lot of cooldowns to work with. It is a tough matchup. Sabado is going to have pretty much impossible matchup for Leo here, I think. because you got Frost Fever, so it's going to be really hard to shake off the dot. Does get himself Warlock House up, maybe can land a sap. Unfortunately, does get in combat a little too early, so Leo able to evade the sap entirely, blind on the Sabadell. Leo is going to try to be measured with the cooldowns. He wants to save a bulk of his burst onto Rest in Hell, so he's going to need to be very, very careful with Sabadell. Chain of Ice is huge here because it slows down the rogue tremendously. Big obliterate, and Sabadell may just die to the dots, right? Yeah, well, he didn't need to get one more good hit, but it does take him. Gets in the mage, DK or mage, but notify people. Yeah. Blizzard didn't need to do summon, so you can maybe see just on like Uniframe or something. Or even above the nameplate, right? Or even just above the nameplates. Or to the side of the nameplates. Something, anything. I think stuff like that would help. You know? Adding more information on screen, letting the player customize how much information you see, I think would be helpful long term. Definitely would be helpful. Leo just tried to see if he can go for Chain of Ice, trying to buy himself as much time. He needs cooldowns. Hunt out for Rest in Hell, but he cancels it, trying to make sure, try to see if he can get Leo to maybe flinch, maybe use a cooldown way too early. AMS, Breath is available, stun onto Rest in Hell, does go for a Metamorphosis, big size coming through, but for Leo, he knows that Metamorphosis is going to be extra deadly. Even though he's got cooldowns, he better play it super safe, trying to see if he can run Demon Hunter, blind on the I-beam, trying to go for Chain of Ice, and he's just trying to find some cover. I think he's going to wait until Metamorphosis is down completely. I think that is how he wins this. Wait until meta is down, then come in, maybe with a silence, stop some of the Demon Hunter's abilities. Death Strikes is all he can do right now. 69% dampening, unless you AMS, I think it's over. He does get AMS last second with the Death Pact. Bro's got not a lot of health to work with. He's just trying to see if he can survive this as best as possible. I don't know if AMS is available. Chain of Ice is all he's got. Glaives are doing a little bit of damage. At least they're not completely taking you out. Man, it is not an easy match. He's sitting down for food. He is sitting down for food. They did make it percentage-based healing, didn't they? So that's good for him. Stun. I think it might be lights though. Yeah. That was just it was a tough call. I think the Death Knight was doing literally everything he could to live that. I think that was the correct, he made the correct moves to try to live it. It was just a long shot if he was going to win that. But I think he was playing it correctly, honestly, at the end. Let's get another one going. Naspushka, Johnny, let me know if you guys need more bodies or if you're good. If you need more bodies, we got Adster, Naspushka, trying to invite me. Got a spot, friend. Okay, well, we need, I don't know how many more bodies, but we'll try to see if we can fill. And Adster said he'll be down, so we can get him in. And I'll need a +1 after. Johnny's ready. Beautiful. Joining. Perfect. Cool. I'll get Adster. And who else can I invite, man? Tama? Yo, Tama, get in here, bud. Get in here, my boy. Alright, whatever Adster is on. Oh, wait. Wait, might be. We are in EU region today. NA Duels tomorrow. That's my bad entirely, friend. Damn, dude, I juke Adster in that. See if Curdy is down. See if Curdy is down to roam with these brigands. I can see on the DK, DH, and Mage. Yeah, they do really need to do something to add more of that info on the screen somewhere. Like, the thing is, it feels almost like Blizzard is hiding a lot of that info, but I really don't think they should. Well, this is K. I'm assuming it's gonna be down. Party full, raid, dragon attack, invite, beautiful, 30, hopefully in, damn, nice. That's Meshka, raid lead, beautiful. NSMSHK and John Boy. Let's do a hook. In case you don't know, the RNG, the Apex RNG, has exact same uptime as a dance and rune weapon, so even though that 2.5% increase uptime is going to be noticeable times. So you're saying dance and rune weapon, Dance of Midnight already has a 33% uptime in keys, so it's probably shifted by 2%. That's still good. That's still good. That means more passive defensive, right? More passive defense. 32% of the key, you just have a nice DR. I don't think it's going to be bad. I imagine it'd be cool if like it procced, like when you have gaps in defenses within DK. You know what I mean? Maybe it would be nice if it procced when like it has a higher chance to proc when the instant weapon is like on cooldown. It's not up, so like it doesn't just proc randomly when you don't need it. I think that would be awesome. I think that would have been probably helpful, but you know, better than nothing. It still is definitely not my favorite Apex talent, just because of the RNG. Because sometimes, like, I know there's consistency in RNG, right? They want to make sure, things are consistently up. Fury has arrived? Yeah, dude, the Fury. Where the Outlaw Rogue's at? Bro, the Outlaw's got nerfed. Outlaw is definitely, it's still very, very strong, though. Outlaw is still incredibly strong. Scourge is in play? Wonderful. Beautiful. Hopefully Scourge actually gets a proper chance to play. Proper chance to play. Leo is going to be first up. Second BCC immediately. Stunner to Scourge. Shrink it to follow. He's playing a little bit of the Affliction. Going for the gateway. As is going to be Reaper Scythe coming through. Got himself a bit of movement with the portal. Replacing another spot. Scourge is just taking his sweet time. Waiting until the cooldowns are down for Leo. Does go for the silence. I think it's going to be another gate. Or doesn't go for a second gate. It's just saving it for later. Or maybe he's saving for a port and gate in case he needs to. Try to go for a hunt with the UA. Unfortunately, they didn't connect. Leo's got a decent bit of damage. Wall out for Scourge. Try to see if he gets some cast off. Leo's now the one trying to go behind the line inside. Scourge is going to extend some of those dots. Does this still extend dots with the Dark Lair? I'm assuming it still does the dot extension. Or just damage it. Either way, so you're on to Leo. This gives Scourge an opportunity to at least try to get some UAs. One of the UAs does get interrupted. Second gateway does get used. He does have a port in case he really ever needs to. He just will need to position for it correctly. But otherwise, he should be good to go. But yo, Bad Ad, yeah, Outlaw is still really strong. But fan favorite playstyle for PvP always has been for like ever assassination or subtlety. So I'm not surprised. Also, why are there so few rogues here? What the hell? We lost all the rogues all of a sudden over on the team 1. He's even dispatched getting 2 others, but that was just like down to none. Apparently. What the world? Leo does get hit with yet another fear. Second DC, I guess, is not available. Scourge just trying to see if he can get the cast off, but unless he can find an opportunity to actually get some UAs, he's doing decent damage to Leo. Like, actually really solid damage, but unless he can really get some of those casts off with some kind of CC on top of it, blind to fall before a fear, mortical, or anything can come up, Leo is able to break through Scourge a little by little. Big stun on a Reaper Sight is going to take him out. The DK being so good against casters, it is incredible, man. Anti-caster counter class. Because you can AMS, so then the Warlock can't really cast at you. Then you can go for CC, kicks, constant slows, you're behind the pillar. Actually, for Leo playing around the pillar is much better for him, isn't it? In a much better spot for him. Big hunt to follow for us in hell. AMS out for Leo to try to deal with some of that chaos damage, if he can. But he's trying to see if he can land those Fell Blades just to stay on top of the DK. IB up to follow. Dome is down. Try to give himself whatever protection he can. Summoning the Drake back. But unfortunately, Rest in Hell does fly up in the air. Are those lances going to do it? Oh, that was so rough. I don't know if he got a death pact or anything. Maybe like a proc death pact. I don't know if that's even a thing. I think it's a thing. I need to double check. There goes the death pact. I don't know if that's a button anymore because this no longer shows up on your bars. On your cooldown. Sigil and Misery does unfortunately connect. Legendborn is going to be up for Leo. Gets himself with just a little bit of leech. Used to be a heavy DR, but no more. Silence to follow into Rest in Hell, but he already has meta available. That is tough. I don't really know what a Death Knight can do against a Demon Hunter in that situation. For Rest in Hell, though, versus a Paladin, this is normally a matchup he can win. It just takes a lot of effort. A lot of trial and error. He does have Hunt coming up together with Meta, so maybe Hunt and Meta together will be enough to topple Saya. Is going to go for the Hunt to follow him. Blind by Saya. No Chicken Rebel for Rest in Hell, but the blind does break into a I-beam right after. Got him some movement, and anytime he has to move, he gets himself a small shield that helps him deal with a dot damage from Saya, so this actually helps out tremendously. Saya tried to go for a bit of that first aid for a short moment. She can little heal. Does have a Hodge in case he needs to. Rest in Hell backflips and actually immunes it. Does Rest in Hell realize he immuned that? It's a full immunity for Saya. Rest in Hell could go for a full metamorphosis to follow. Darkness down just to maintain himself, and that darkness is actually keeping him nice and steady. Big item to follow, and Saya got mobility, so he's going to try to see if he can outrun a Demon Hunter. The slows on Demon Hunters do stick, though. They have good mobility. Fell Rush, backflip, that could be great in order to catch up to your target, but the constant movement speed you have does get suppressed by the slows, which is unfortunate. Backflip was used by Rest in Hell, so Saya can go for a Hodge. Maybe Rest in Hell can metamorphosis it. Does go for an I-beam. gives him meta, but it doesn't give him that meta to immune the CC. There goes a full shield of vengeance. Maybe something out of Rest in Hell does fly up in the air, looking for those lances. Almost break it through Saya's shield of vengeance. Saya with the regenerate just to catch up a little bit of health. Try to see if he can just get some freebie damage onto Rest in Hell while he's midair. Rest in Hell needs to go for a metamorphosis at some point. I-beam is available. Does not have a trinket anymore, so next Hodge is going to be incredibly deadly. Whatever health you can pick up from Saya is going to be incredibly good here. But you have to be very, very conscientious of the trinket or the Hodge and your lack of trinket. 20 seconds up in a bit, so maybe he can make some work off of it. Backflip in case Saya goes in for Hodge. There goes the Hodge. For Saya, there's an opportunity to break through potentially. For Rest in Hell, he may need to go for a metamorphosis here immediately. I-beam, try to get some damage. Stun, bubble out for Rest in Hell. He needs something, anything. Try to use mobility to catch up whatever health he can. May need to go for a metamorphosis as soon as the bubble is done. There goes the meta. So now Saya just needs to hide away from the meta if he can. And Rest in Hell, he tried to use mobility to catch up. He's literally mounting up just to catch up to Saya. He needs it. Imprisoned for a second. Will need to use the Haunt. Everything available. Sigil and Misery does connect. Rest in Hell meta, unfortunately, is running out little by little. Hodge has a trinket for it immediately. Haunt to follow. Shield of Vengeance out for Saya. For Rest in Hell, that's at least a little bit of healing, but he definitely needs to catch up a ton. Another I-beam. Does he have another big glaive? He does have a huge glaive, so maybe big damage off of it. If he can rip whatever souls fragments out of Saya, that'll help him stabilize at least a little. But now Rest in Hell doesn't have an easy out. Saya doesn't have an immunity either. So it really comes down to whoever has more health or who's got more damage. Rest in Hell goes in for a hit and run. But he's fine just backing up out of the next Hodge is going to be very deadly. Saya does not go for a Hodge. There goes a Hodge. Lay on hands. Let him reset. Rest in Hell was able to catch up a lot of health, but now he's going to be taking quite a decent bit as well. Lances, unfortunately, will not be able to connect. Oh, no, they are connecting. They are connecting. He's right in line of sight. At least the warrior line of sight for a little bit. But Saya, I don't know what happened with the lances there. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. These boys looking kind of sleepy. Talk on. We're gonna send him into the into the abyss. Is that what we're doing? Waking him up like that? Oh my god. Hello everyone. Is there any live enchiladas? How are you doing for Metric now? What? Enhancement Shaman, живы. Как они сейчас в этом формате? На дуэли не так хорошо, но не так плохо. И энхи они... Мы видели... Видели? We did see enhancements. I don't know how to say see anymore. Видели? Как мы это видели? Trying to remember my Russian words here. Но это не так хорошо, не так плохо. Они могут играть, но они не паладины, не роги. Понимаешь? Just trying to say, enhancements can be okay. But yeah, Saba's waiting for you. Yeah, dude, Saba, dude, we're waiting for the boy Saba. If Saba comes in and goes for 1v5, then enhancements are golden for duels. Enhancements can actually do a lot of healing and decent bit of overall damage. They actually got really good utility. They can do well. It's just they don't always do well. Saya, do you have anything here? He's got healing versus Tama, who's going ice block. Saya does not have a lay on hands or spell warden, but a bubble coming up in 50 seconds, so maybe that's something you could potentially utilize here. Tama is going to have to use everything he can to take down Saya. Last time, however, we saw Saya versus Tama, Saya just outlived a lot of the Frost Mage's damage, but the Ray of Frost does secure the win. Tama was taking a lot of damage back to back, but he is able to at least recover a little bit. Breath onto Tricky as he's trying to close the gap with that hop. That is gorgeous. That is a beautiful, beautiful combo. And unfortunately, Tricky does have to send a lot of his meta into the water elemental. He cannot do damage to Tama. That meta does not get any value. Tama immediately invises out of there. Try to see if he can back away. He's going to summon a freshly water elite, so it's going to be more slows for him to utilize here. Tricky, he can at least build up a little bit more resources at the very least. You know, at the very least. That water elite is taking the brunt of the damage. But Tama just letting the frozen orb. Are you back to Spellslinger? He's got to be a Spellslinger, right? Because it looks like his passive damage is really high. I don't know what Lances are doing. He's just hitting a secondary target. Tom is definitely not doing it on purpose. I can promise you. Ray of Frost, Tricky might be in a lot of trouble. That Ray of Frost with the Hands of Frost is doing a ton of damage. Tricky with the Darkness is trying to see if he can get himself whatever healing he can. He's going to have to find a way to close the gap with Tama. Trying to go for I-Beam. Does barely connect with it, but Tama, with those Lances and Shatters, is able to pick up another one. Crazy. Я безумно мало играю. Тренировок особо нет. Play a little, very little, don't really have any training. Да, но я думаю, это нужно чуть-чуть трейн, чтобы хорошо на дуэлях играть. Они нормально на 3v3, но и BG Blitz они может нормально там тоже. Я не вижу много энхов. Как его? How do you say truth be told? I forgot the word truth in Russian. I don't remember. Don't remember. Zuko barely alive. Goes for silence trouble with a trinket. That's how the army of undead surrounding him, but as long as he got some kind of slows on him, that Ring of Frost should help him stabilize a little, get the pets off of his back for a moment. Does he have anything to follow up? He needs a couple of lances, maybe a route to follow. It does go for a blink. Unfortunately, that is going to be a CC out for Zuko. Breaking the lance. That glacial spike, not enough. Do you have the lance? Unfortunately, does not. And Zuko does take him out, though barely. With Curdy looking to end this big execute, nothing stops him at this point. Did they buff up Fury Warrior recently? So I want to see how good that works, man. I want to see how good that looks right now. Flurs it down. Curdy just trying to see if he can get out of there. Curdy normally plays a Shadow Priest, so a Warrior, while not an easy dual class, definitely is an upgrade. Like a 10 times upgrade from how Shadow Priest performed. Takifsha cannot quite escape the chains, but he's got plenty of the passive damage with a slow. Ray of Frost does connect. Curdy just has to sit behind the pillar. Whatever health he can from the water elemental is all he can do right now with a bit of a rally just to buy himself a little bit more health so he doesn't get bursted down randomly. He's gonna have to use whatever he can to try to see if he can lock down Takifsha. Maybe save a Stormbolt for the next, I was thinking maybe save a Stormbolt for the next Ray of Frost. But as long as you catch up and, you know, get a kick on Ray of Frost, that could also work. Double blink out for Takifsha into a Fear to follow. Zerka rages out of it, or Undead rages out of it. That's going to be at least some damage out for Curdy with a big defensive Takifsha just going in for damage. That's a block in case he needs to. There goes a block. Question is for Curdy. Do you have a way to break it, or are you just going to go for self-healing? Just going to go for self-healing with the water elemental. Actually, enough damage to kill the water LD. Takifsha does use that time to pop into Invis and get out of there. Poly to follow. For Takifsha, maybe some damage. He doesn't have a Ray of Frost for a little bit, but does himself some passive damage. If that Frozen Orb can reconnect back to Curdy, that may potentially do it. Takifsha needs to break out of there as soon as possible. May needs to go for another block here. One more execute may just do it. Does go for a quick kick at the end with an execute. Hold on a second. Did they make those executes actually slap? Yo, Tamba with some damage at 3 milli. Well done, well done. Let's get ourselves another one going, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más. Uno más, uno más. Johnny and Nasmeshka, let me know when you guys are good to go. Let me also catch up with some of that Russian lingo in the chat. No, I need to wait. Beautiful. Johnny, ready. Awesome. Okay, we'll need one more for Team Nasmeshka. One more. Uno más, and we'll be good to go, boys. Scourge? Okay, we may need two. We'll give Scourge a second, but we may need two. Let's Scourge is switching over to another character. If you guys want to join us, we got spots. I don't know if you can invite anybody else. Last game. Okay, so for Nasmeshka, this will be his last game too. So... yeah. Maybe last one for the night. We'll see. Maybe somebody will take over. You know, maybe.
Holy motherfucking shit!
You already know.
You already know. Okay, Taco, if we can actually get a game together, I definitely will get us in, man. If we can actually get a duels together, I definitely will get us into a the Flashbang Arena. Appreciate you. Can we get some love to Taco, man? Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate it. I appreciate ya. Okay, we actually are here and Goers is here. Beautiful. Yeah, we're doing it. We are doing it. I was trying to remember what the arena name was. Alrighty. Curdy said to get rid of Shadow Priest. No. I feel like Curdy would be the kind of guy that would not get rid of a Shadow Priest. I feel like the Curdy would be the kind of guy that would keep playing it until it actually deleted it. No! Say it ain't so, Curdy. Say it ain't so. Bro, they got it. Blizzard, I feel like that's the biggest fumble of PvP this entire expansion. Is you make an expansion called Midnight. It's all about the Void, right? The Void. And the one class that taps into the void in the most direct way possible, that's been doing it since day one, is somehow underperforming for PvP. But pumps in raids. Although it's kind of whatever in PvE. Unfortunately. Again? Try again. Sure, I can just, okay, if, there we go, perfect. Yeah, class without a stun should be deleted. Yeah, though, seriously. Yeah, I mean, even mages have a stun. Like, what? Like, Frost can just walk up and stun you. What is happening? Гарыч тоже будет делать ивенты. Давай. Залетай. Надо будет на следующей неделе вырваться, попробовать. Да, на следующей неделе мы будем больше дуэлев играть в Сабо. Больше дуэлев играть. Будет неплохо. Wait, that is Sabo? I just realized it's Sabo. I thought I didn't even read the name. Because I was like, yo, we need Sabo back in here. I didn't realize it was talking to Sabo. And you talked to your email. Is that Sabo? Someone left it in seed and say bye. All good, all good. You guys just gotta play with one-man army. I'm sure you guys can handle it, right? I'm sure you guys can handle it. It's all good. Running one man down is just like handicap. No biggie. Which. Got a bit of a handicap for team 2. Somebody balanced last second, but we do have the 4 with the cube shot. We got us a Zuka going to be first up. Lemon Roll and Amonkus. And we got us a Saya here. I'm sure Saya is here to settle some score. We've got Saya walking in against classes that he's like, you know what? I should be winning this. Somehow doesn't quite get it. Oh, you guys can pick up Scavor. Yeah, Scavor. Or if we do more. Because I know Scorch is also bouncing too. But we could potentially get Scavor in here as well. Blinks out for Tama. Just surrounds Zuka with so much frost damage. Blizzard's constantly spamming down on him. He's literally using whatever AoE skills he's got. And Zuka just taking the passive damage. Ray of Frost blinks into the pillar. So the Ray of Frost continues on Zuka unless you can stop it. That is going to be invisible for Tama. It doesn't last long. The Army of the Dead does catch up. The Riders at the very least are continuing to add additional pressure. And Scourge is DCing, but hopefully he'll be back here soon. He's been kind of DCing on and off. But hopefully he'll come back in a second. You guys may need to... Oh wait, I was going to say you may need to try to keep him alive if he takes too much damage, but none of you can do that. I don't know if you got first aid, that could also work too. That could also work. Flurry is down. Tama tried to see if he could break past the AMS. He's got a lot of shatters. He's building up for a while. That's going to be Hand of Frost proccing in as well, so that's going to be huge. Try to go for a Glacial. Blinks right past him. Just needs a little more damage. Silence to follow. Trinket just for a breath. That's actually Tama taking a load of damage. Ray of Frost is actually dipping kind of low. He's actually not doing all that hot there for a second, and it looks like Saya is not going to give him any chance to recover. So without a ice block that helps you heal, Tama is kind of just lost with just... He's stuck with only very little bit of health. There just isn't much he can do in this situation. Panda Racial is available. Maybe he could just blink and try to go for an invis. Whatever he could do to escape. Got him maybe some shields. Possibly stopping Saya. But Tama, I think, might just die to the dot. Unfortunately. And we did lose somebody. We did lose the Warlock over in this team. So it looks like it's down to a 4v4. This is... The format is 5v5 1v1 duels. But now I feel bad for calling this a 5v5. But unless maybe, I don't know, Saya or Curdy end up doing some crazy stuff. Proper play. Unfortunately, the Warlock, as well as the, whoever was in Team 2, it did not get a chance. Unfortunately. Saya, the Blessing is saying, does stop the stun out of Curdy. Curdy being a warrior is definitely walking into this duel as the underdog versus the Paladin. It is much tougher of a spec or a class to fight versus the Paladin. Paladin has all the advantage here. Look at the range damage Paladin can do. With the warrior, all he can do is get into melee. Got charges, but like every single one of those slows is just, it's going to make it harder for Curdy. He can reconnect with the... I didn't see it. All right. I'm coming back in. Hopefully Curdy doesn't die. Hopefully Saya doesn't just end him right here. Damn it, dude. This happens every time somebody DCs and then comes back, eventually kicks me out. Which is always super unfortunate. Always unfortunate. And let me guess, I can't, I have to do this follow camera thing for a while until the UI fixes itself. Once the UI fixes itself, then I can. Man, I don't know what the cooldowns are. Stun onto Curdy. Not an amazing spot versus Saya. He's got a decent bit of damage to him, but I don't know what his defenses are looking like. And the amount of range damage that Saya's got. Like, there's only so much you could really do in that situation, right? He's got a spell reflect, unless you can spell reflect a Hodge. It really feels like he's just staving off the inevitable. Picking up a decent bit of healing here and there, but look at that range, man. Pally can just kite him out, do all the damage, punish him from a distance without ever getting into melee. Curdy finally closes the gap, but immediately hits with slows. And all Saya needs just a little bit of damage. Stun, I think that secures them the win here. Curdy picking up whatever health he can towards the tail end of it. But unfortunately, he does go down. I don't know if it was a cheap death mechanic or what, but it does end up taking him. Unfortunately, his teammates should show respect. Maga? Yeah, maybe. It's good to see again. Blizzard, please. I don't know if I need to reload on my end or what, but yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the UI to catch up at some point. It needs to enable the health bars on the sides. And it does it after a while, hopefully. Goeris does have play PM, so you can do actually a lot of damage to Saya, even bio behind the pillar. As long as he got big pets on him. There it is. Now it fixes itself. And Saya, as long as he plays this correctly, he'll definitely gonna have to play the dot game with Goeris. Definitely gonna have to play dot game. For Goeris, I don't know if he's playing the Dark Ranger or if he's playing the pet build. He's gonna need some line of sight over Saya, but he definitely just needs to make sure that every single one of the Beach Show Wrath does the most amount of damage. It looks like he is playing the pet build. Looks like he's playing, I think, the Stampede and everything. I just don't know if I can see the Stampede. I don't know if it's something that I should be able to see or if it's invisible from a spectator view. Stun onto Goeris is gonna take a decent bit of damage. That Dawnlight, what are those Templars? What in the world? I'm sorry, what was that? What was that? Silas playing style in BGG, bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's a paladin, right? He's gonna kite you out, put you on a distance, and then with Goeris, he's gonna run you, stun you, and burst you down. Because apparently, Dawnlight paladins got burst. Normally, Dawnlight paladins play into like the long game, the sustained game. But he did get some damage on the hunter. I think it might be just the hunter diff. Shrink it out for the special guys. He does get hit with a Hodge. Try to get some dots on the Saya. He does get all the dots. Death mark and everything. Kingsbane and everything available. Saya does go for Shield of Vengeance. Has a bubble in case he needs to. I don't know if he's got lay on hands. Maybe the special can go for like a quick vanish meld garrote. Very possible. Very possible. Saya's getting kind of low. If he's not too careful, eventually those bleeds are going to catch up with him. Lay on hands just to make sure he can pre-dig the rogue. Blessing is sank on that stun too. The special having to burn a blind as well. Trying to see if he can maybe catch a reset. He's going to have to be very, very careful. If Saya does AoE him, does throw a random Divine Storm, but it does not connect, unfortunately. And that's going to be Saya having to go for looking for the eyes. For the Smeshka, he does have Kingsbane. I just don't really know if he can really make some work off of that Kingsbane, especially when he gets hit with a Hodge like that. That is brutal. Full Wake of Ashes. He might be able to go for like a kidney shot onto Saya. May need evasion just for extra DR. Actually, he won't be able to get DR. He just don't full dodge. Kidney shot? I think it's over. He just tried to get whatever damage he can versus Saya. That's all he can do in that situation. Just try to do whatever damage he can. Wait. Alright, Blizzard. Alright, Blizzard. I guess because Scourge DC'd, it counted him as like dead. He should have been able to play. Okay, we gotta go again. We gotta go again. Nesbershka, pass me lead, man. Real quickly. Pass me lead. You did say you're gonna be bouncing? Yeah. I'll take over. Whatever pass the lead, I'll be able to take over. Beautiful. Silver list. Molten Core. Try to see if we can get us another one going. I almost want to go that map again because I feel like we never really got to properly play that map. You know what I mean? Johnny, ready? Beautiful. Okay, so I can get Scave in here. 30. Beautiful. Then an extra body outside his Scaver. Stopping. Beautiful. Who else can I invite, man? Oh. Dude, this guy will be down. I don't know if he's ever joined Duels before, but I'm not against inviting him. Tom is in. Gersh is in. So the Scaver is in. No, Cass is not joining. Okay, so we still need a +1 then. Okay, we'll just have to wait then. Curdy. Sorry, Curdy. Bro, doesn't dirty and then it's like, sorry. Then again, I mean, that is how paladins are playing to win duels, right? Is it a fun play style? Probably not. Actually, definitely not. Well, what else could he do? They're just playing to win. Warrior life is hard, you know it. Bro, Blizzard just gotta figure something out. Like, the constant slows on a warrior is rough. Unless you can, like, actually stay in melee to connect to a target, you just don't do, like, any damage. And the slow is just detrimental. Now, the blood buff is like 40% uptime of Apex alone. That's probably good, right? Is it enough to make blood DK good? What's up, Rick? Yo, you want to join? We got a spot. Good morning. Just woke up. How you doing, beautiful? Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Hope you're having a good one. I should finish up my food real quick. I wasn't gonna forget. The last thing I want to be is at like a potion deficit. Not about the shot piece at the moment. Use is fine. Yeah, I guess so. It just sucks, man. It's not a fun. It's not fun to play against that. What do you mean, Warrior Saya? I don't remember. I don't remember Saya Warrior days. No. Only memory I have of Saya is a Saya Paladin. But I have a bad memory to begin with, so, you know, I would do it. Get in, my boy. I'm probably gonna make you lead. Pretty sure you're gonna have to be lead. Back at me of fame. Timpana? I don't remember the name, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not remember the name. I'm not being mean. I'm not being rude. I just have that bad of memory. No joke. Actually, legitimate bad memory. Rick Meister and are we doing a grand again? We're the Lordaeron. Unsolvable. I do remember Unsolvable. Yep. I do remember Unsolvable. Yep. Yup. I do remember that. That's the name I remember. Kumpana I don't. Unstoppable I do. I remember that. Dude, I remember the randomest things, man. Got a friend that wants to join? Beautiful. Twitch. Got us some warlocks here. We got Go Harris over on his team with a Beastmaster Curdy over in the back. Over in this pile, actually, we got Rick and Silent somewhere in there, but they're still like really tall apart. And then there's Tava. Dude, you gotta love the Pandaran. When they gave him like a variety of animations, they were like, you know what? Let's make him the silliest thing in the world. Like, actually, the silliest guy ever. You know what I mean? Just absolutely silly. No matter what class you are as a Pandaren, you always have like a very monk, like meditating, sitting animation. You know what I mean? You could have just done a normal sit, but they were like, you know what? Let's make him like absolutely cheesy. We got Hate. What a good name. Hate, the shaman. We got us a Sai over there with Lemon Roll. We got Kifsha. I mess up your name so hard. I'm so sorry. I do not mean to do it on purpose. As well as Zuko on this team. With Lemon gonna be first up. Versus Silent as the Demonology Warlock. Gonna be interesting. I think, does Demo win against Monk? I feel like if you cut him out, maybe. Try to go for slows. Try to get some pets in there too. Gonna be a Doom Guard immediately. Trigger to follow with the AoE fear. Got himself the full pets and everything. Do you have Axe Toss? You gotta make sure your pets are actually attacking him because they're on passive right now. Silent? Okay, no, they are attacking. They are attacking. That's good, that's good, that's good. I think it's just off the fear. Big damage on Silent. Does go for a wall. Might be in a bit of trouble. Oh my, what? What in the world? That is just through wall. 40% DR, and the monk decided, you know what? I'm gonna ignore that. I know it's a defensive. I'm just gonna slash ignore that defensive. Like it doesn't exist. Already dead. Dude, yeah, that is a lot of damage. I was thinking like, wait, does a monk have enough bird just to break through that? Wait, you got a wall with a ray and a fire? Lemon was literally stuck in between a rock and a hard place. There was nowhere for him to go. Trying to see if he could stop you, but barely could. Literally gonna take percentage-based damage from the firewall. And he's gonna just take constant pressure behind the wall pillar. Like, what do you do? He's just trying to vivify, but that's not helping him. Into a quick interrupt as Tommy just trying to see if he can just put him down. What is going on? What is a burst? BC Locks? I do remember BC Locks. I do remember BC Locks, Shane. I do remember that guy. Yeah, I do. Over on the NA? Yeah. BC was fantastic to watch. Hell yeah. I think BC came around Dragonflight days, bare minimum. At the very least, I think maybe Dragonflight like beta, alpha, something along those lines, bro. Johnny Boy, Insanity does not like Johnny. I don't know why. It does not like Johnny. Either a friend or somebody that actually hates his guts. Hopefully, is the friend one. Hopefully, it's the friendo option. Penis Insanity guy, JK. Silence out. Stama trying to see if he can get himself out of there. Breath to follow Polly right after. Zuko does have the pets, but unfortunately they do get constantly hit with slows. Did he burn army already? He did use army, so actually it was Thomas surviving a lot of the army. I was paying attention to the chat, half of that. Blink immediately off of that grip, second yoink right after into another block for Thomas. That's his second block and his last block for a very, very long while, for like 3 minutes. Try to see if he can go for the frost bomb. Ring of fire. I do like the zonal action he's got going on. Ring of fire, bomb, disorient. That's going to be a ray of frost. Literally just slowing down Zuko with a massive shadow with a bomb. He's got himself the womboest of combos I've ever seen. What in the world is this? I don't think I've ever seen mages play the full like ring of fire and everything. That's wild. Slows out. Hey, try to see if he can get himself an angle. That's going to be a kick, but oh, not kick by Toma. I think actually there was a Spirit Walker's Ways by Hate, so you cannot get interrupted. Polly is Toma just trying to see if he can land the most amount of control. Glacial Spike right after with the Frozen Orb. Does go for the kick. Hate with the wall. Does he have anything to follow up here? Because you know he's going to need to get himself another Stormkeeper. But that's going to be Toma just Ray of Frosted him down. Hate picking up a little bit of health off of that. Leaping in, trying to see if he can stay aggressive. There goes the totem, trying to see if he can pincer down Tama in place. Unfortunately, that Maelstrom, that Metamorphosis, not Metamorphosis, Ascendance was not going to be enough. Tama is just wombo comboing these boys the entire time. The Shatter combos are actually kind of massive. Try to see if he can randomly fear out or AoE out the cube shot. Does go for a juke kick, so it lands him, helps him land a poly. And is going to have at least partial combo. Maybe full combo. Frozen Orb is still harassing Tama over there, so for Takifshi it's a decent bit of damage. Tama trying to see if he can escape it. Interrupt on Takifshi, and Tama goes behind the pillar. He does, I think, have some damage. He just doesn't have health to work with. Ray of Frost goes in for a Shimmer Blink around the corner. Does get interrupted with another Ray into an Invis just to disrupt the Ray for just a second. Got himself some shields. I don't know if he can sit down for food. He does have Water Alley, so he can't do that, actually. Tama needs to be extra careful. Next wombo combo from Takifshi, and he might just be dead. He's got shields, stealing shields from Takifshi as well, as best as possible. Bread by Takifshi into a poly. Tama does have a trinket. Tama trinket. Oh, he's gonna get stunned. Are you okay? That stun is gonna be short. Takifshi with the Glacier Spike. Is it enough? Blinks at last second, so he dukes out the kick. Invis for a second. Does he still see him? Frozen Orb is in play. You can get some flurries, electro block. Bro, Tama, how do you have health? It's gonna be a couple more lances. The other guy does go down. Unfortunate. With Saya last one left, Tama all of a sudden decided to play some wombo combo build, and they're just absolutely running amok. He got another block. I don't know if Tama can really do much here, but he's got another block. Ray of Frost. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna block you. I want to deal with you. Ring of Hand of Freedom. Let me take it. Ring of Fire. Get in here. You're gonna get disoriented. You want to get disoriented, bud? You want to get disoriented, bud? It does go for a stun with a block. Yeah, Tama, I don't know what you can do. It does go for an invis. He does escape. There's no dots on him or nothing. He's got the water elemental. That's all he's gonna do. Maybe just lets water elemental die, dismiss it, and maybe go for food. Sai does get frozen. Does he know where he's at? Also, Sai, what is that Earth Shield you got going on, by the way? Hold on a second, bud. What is that Earth Shield you got going on here? Tama may need to yoink it. Can Tama yoink a water shield? He may just have to. Yoink whatever buffs he can. Polly is going to Yunko the buffs. Drink it immediately out for Saya. Does Yunko Handle Freedom. Unfortunately, it's going to be a full stun. Does have a ultra, so maybe can recover some health, but not a lot. Unfortunately, Saya does have full burst. What is that Earth Shield, Saya? I don't know if that Earth Shield is enough to like take him out or not, but yeah. I don't know if it's enough to like... I don't know if that Earth Shield is enough to keep him like alive, if that's enough to make him like super unkillable in this situation, but... Technically unfair? Wait, what's happening? Curdy dropping down a spear? Is it not Curdy? I don't think it is Curdy. I think it is Rick, but I could be wrong. He's like chasing after Rick as if he's trying to burst him down. Can't tell who's fighting. I'm guessing it's Rick, dude. It's gotta be Rick, right? Does get hit with a Hodge, not shrinking this one. Does he have a gateway? Oh, Rick does have a gateway. It's just kind of the green one and the purple one in the back. He's going to be able to get at least some dots, some just impressions, some pets onto Saya. Saya is the last one left over for the team too, and is going to have to try to see if he can hold out for as long as possible after Thomas' performance. Spell Warden does still take a lot of physical damage, so Saya not completely out of the woods yet. It's going to be a copy play by Rick, and the gateway ready to go whenever. Does get a reflect in case there's a Hodge out for Saya. Is going to get cast off. That's going to be some freebie damage from those pets. The Imp Mother blasted out Saya. Fear to follow. Does Rick do anything? He's going to go for a gateway as soon as he sees a bubble. He's going to have to use heals. Might need to go for another gateway. Wall is also available for Rick. He may just need to send it. Try to go for Fury into Saya. And to go dance. He got some more pets. He may need just to wall this. Axe Toss just trying to get whatever damage he can into Saya. And to go dance still flying in. Got himself a mad shield. That shield did get reduced, however, in value. But Wall is helping a little bit together with his shield. Dark Pact is available, so he's got himself a little more survivability. Still lots of damage out for Saya off of the Hodge. Mortal Coil to follow. Walks him right into the wall here. Fear right out for Rick. Unfortunately, Saya does end up landing that one. Is it Curdy up next? It is Curdy. With the last ditch Fear out for Saya. Oh my god. Tom picking up 4. For that wombo combo. Well done, well done. Let's get us as another one go, man. Let's get us as another one here. Who Killed Woe was peak? Yo, Who Killed Woe is still good. That's a great name, man. That was kind of a quick one. 8-minute match, more or less, but kind of quick. Rick, let me know if you still got 5, because we'll send another one. We'll go again. Last one. Okay, Johnny says last one. Rick, let's do a last one. If you're good, if you're ready. Let me know. That was me. Yeah, Ron Dragonflight. Good times. Yeah, man. Yeah, I do remember Beastly. Should I sign up for one of those where we can buy food, coffee, whenever I have Sentium? You should sign up for one of those things where we can buy your food or coffee. Oh, like Kofi or whatever. Nah. You guys watching my YouTube videos and just hanging out? That's all I need. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy with stuff like that. Because I was thinking, like, there's a lot of people that do. I mean, let's do 20 more. I meant this last one more. Let's do one more. Oh, okay, ready. Where's Rick? Team ready? Double checking with him. Yeah, I'm down to keep going. If you guys, if you're down to keep going, I'm down to keep going. Last one, ready. I'm in. I think I'm gonna do 20 more. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll do one. We'll do a Dalaran Sewers, I guess. Dalaran Sewers is a good map. On Rainster, thanks mate. I was thinking the same. Try next duel. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I was thinking, because like there's a lot of people that do like some kind of like a membership, like food subscription, for example, and then people do a Patreon and people do all this other, you know, ways to support. But I like to keep it simple, right? Like at the end of the day, as a viewer, right? As a viewer, like I know what I like as a viewer. And one thing as a viewer I don't like is like having all these like crazy amount of like support links throughout me, right? So I just gotta, maybe I just shoot myself in the foot when I do this. But as a viewer, I don't like to see that stuff, so I don't try to do that as a streamer or a content creator. Honestly, as long as you guys watching YouTube videos and enjoying them, like that helps me out more than you know. More than you know. Honestly. I'll think about it though. I'll think about it. Although I probably shouldn't be drinking that much coffee. I think I already drink way too much anyway. Which, actually I still have coffee over here that I never finished. Who's it first up? Is it gonna be Zuka? It looks like Zuka. I still don't have any of those BFA horses, man. I don't have the donkey. I don't have the horse. How do I still not have these things, man? Some way, somehow, I still do not have any one of those. Is it Lemon first up? Looks like Lemon is setting up at the very least to be on the... Oh, is it Goreres? It is Goreres. I think Lemon was just trying to swing around. What is happening to Zuko? Just getting eaten apart with a wailing arrow. Does a message to reduce some of that shadow damage. IPF is in play as well. Whatever heal you got, gripping Goreres back in. But Goreres with yet another movement skill out there, trying to see if he can back up out of the freezing trap in the... Dude, that army of undead surrounds Zuka, but he somehow lands a freezing trap right on top of him. You gotta love it when a hunter pulls that off, man. You gotta absolutely love it where you just like focus, concentrate, wait, perfect moment, landed, and that's gonna be full bestial wrath, all those pets in play. Black arrows firing away. With BM hunters getting quite a decent bit of damage buffs left and right, it is looking kind of sick. May need to give defenses. I think it might be over. Unfortunately, a monk does get you. As soon as you get no trinket, it's over. Yeah, that's rough. That's a tough one. Monks versus Hunter. If a Hunter does not have a pre-defensive or a trinket, a lot of the times it is just a loss, unfortunately. It's so hard, man. It's tough. Right, Uber Uniques, that's not a D4. Bro, I really want to play some D4. So far, I've been playing a lot of Midnight. Whenever I get a moment to just actually play, maybe... I wonder... They're probably not going to put the new expansion out for... I guess I don't really need the new expansion to actually play, do I? Although last time I did do that without buying the new expansion, you were literally just playing like under... How behind would I be if I were to play the season without the new expansion, by the way? You wouldn't even tell me. Frozen Orb, dude, you gotta love how much damage that thing does into a full Blizzards around the corner. If Tama could actually connect with that Frozen Orb, as long as you catch up to Lemon, it does a lot of good damage into the Disorian with some decent fire damage on top of it. Into a leg sweep. Tama does go for a trinket, is gonna end up going for Ray of Frost. Lemon, unless he can reconnect or interrupt, it does get a reconnect. Brett immediately, as Tama is locked down on Frost but not on fire, try to go for a poly, actually stop himself. I think it might have been completely DR'd, so he stops himself from doing it. Maybe looking for a block. What is that? Massive kick out for Lemon. He has no health. Oh, Tama, he chanced it. I can't believe he chanced that. I cannot believe you just chanced that. What was that kick by Lemon? Question number one. That's going to be on the test. Question number two. How big are the Pandaren balls, bro? To just absolutely bust himself out of that freezing block and just go for a kick kill. What is that? That was so good. Takimsha trying to see if he can end Thomas' career here before it really begun. Does have a block in case he needs to Panda. Rachel may need to go for a block here. I think it's a block angle. Oh yeah, 100% block angle. Goes in for a kick. Does not block yet. His health. Your health. That water elemental is going to chip away at you little by little. That water bolt actually does a decent enough damage where I'm afraid. Block, block. Hopefully the frozen orb finds a way towards Takimsha, but he's just going to back up out of there completely. Unfortunately. Man. Flurries, yeah, he's not gonna let Tom out of his sight. Taking him out right then and there. Who's up next? It's gonna be one of the warlocks. Maybe Silent? No, it looks like it might just be Curdy. He's giving Takimsha a bit of a chance here to like, hey, I'm next. You're gonna be dueling versus me, man. Letting you know ahead of time. Going for a poly, immediate reflect by the warrior spear right after Takimsha is not gonna be able to escape this. So it's an opportunity for Curdy to at least make some damage happen. It is gonna be a kick on the Frost actually. Do you have enough burst? Just out of left field, got himself the stomps. I don't know if he got Blaze Storm to stop some of those damage. Looks like no Blaze Storm for Curdy. That's the only way you could really stop that stun. Is gonna go for a stun charge, double charge off of that blink. Second blink out available. Curdy, do you have a leap? Does have a leap. Is it enough damage to reconnect into a block? At least he's able to force cooldowns. Is gonna go for a shatter, but Takimsha actually cancels the block. So Curdy, oh, he's gonna be able to bust through that shield at the very least. So he's got that. But he got himself just a little bit more damage. What in the world? You put a bleed on him or something? Because he's definitely out of that melee range and you still got him. Hate up next is that Elemental Shaman rooting out Curdy. The Frost Shock roots. Oh my god, the Tempest. Holy mo, what in the world is that burst damage with a lasso? No way, Hate just took him out with the literally power of Zeus. Curdy catching up with just a little bit of heal. I don't know if he's got fear or anything. Try to go for, no kick. That's his Spirit Walker's great, so Hate cannot get interrupted. Silent is going to be up next. Does Hate can he pull it off again? He's got Silent trapped up. All these pets are also trapped up as well. Can Hate do that again, or was it just like a wombo combo one time he could do that? That was nuts. Absolutely nuts. full ascend, Tempest just blasted him out. What in the world was that burst? 24% dampening. However, Hate is one of the better classes that can actually heal even through this high dampening. So his healing is actually decent and you can get a lot of casts off back to back. His soul, however, is going to be ripped from his body, so his healing and damage is going to be reduced a little. Roots are available. At least he can catch up a little bit of healing. May need something versus Silent. Silent landing a quick fear on the guy. Unless he can disconnect, it might be lights here for him, unfortunately. With an Axos, yeah, it is over. Unfortunately, it does take him out. With Saya up next, fear immediately by Silent. May need some mobility to escape. Saya does take a lot of that dot damage. Maybe looking for defenses here really early too. Maybe a wall angle here potentially. Saya is just fine staying like max range away from Silent, because he can do a lot of damage without even getting to melee with the guy. Now it goes a wall. For Silent, might be in a bit of a tough spot. Warlock Hellstone is available. Mortal Coil and Saya does go behind the waterfall to actually get himself a little bit of the line of sight. Stun. Silent is able to at least ramp it up a bit of damage. May be able to go for a full Tyrant actually. Might not be a bad play. If you could port Tyrant might be a really good play here. Saya is taking a decent bit of overall damage. But Silent, unfortunately, does not go for the Tyrant. I think eventually the Warlock is going to go down. Sai just has way too much survivability. And that hammer at the very end is going to be more than enough with Rick as last one left. Very well done either way. Paladin is not easy for Warlock. Definitely not easy. I think maybe Silent, if he did put the Tyrant, at the very least it would put pressure on Saya. But I don't know if that would be enough to kill him. But Saya, I think, got a really good opener. Got the dots rolling. And as soon as you get the dot damage rolling, like as long as the Warlock cannot like back away from it and stabilize it from it completely, it is done. You basically just got to get ahead of the Paladin. If you let the dots roll on you, I think it's just, you eventually lose, unfortunately. Eventually, it does feel like it's, if the Paladin gets a good opener, it does become a little more one-sided, unfortunately. Saya got plenty of damage though. He's trying to keep the pets, building resources at a distance. Got himself blessing a sake, so that stun is not gonna last long. Rick knows you gotta get ahead of Saya. He cannot let the Paladin get a proper opener. Try to see if he can go for spell reflect. His does not get to reflect a Hodge. Try to go for the gateway. Sai is perfectly fine, keeping it range, just keeping that raw pressure onto Rick. He knows it's probably going to be another gateway out for Rick. Does go for the gate. There goes a stun. Rick at least takes the Hodge away from Saya. So at least he's not too close to take the punishment. But still, Saya got plenty of range damage, and the dot damage from Dawnlight is majority of his damage. Once the Dawnlight lands on you, it's over. Fear is going to be in play. Rick can at least get himself some more pets. Maybe he can go for a Tyrant. Might go for an Axos too. But Sai is perfectly fine just keeping himself at distance. Look at that, letting the Dawnlight do a lot of the work. Rick cannot go anywhere. He's in a bad spot right now. He can't really escape Saya. He's got the range, so at least Saya is not going up in melee, but that shielding, it may not be enough. Saya got plenty of hammers still flying into Axos last second. Rick with another fear. Got himself maybe Warlock Hellstone. Maybe something, anything. Yeah, look at the Paladin. He got himself so much range pressure. The Warlock is like thinking, oh, he's not going to melee. I can cast at him. He's just going to win that range game from you. The Warlock can't even be in line of sight of the Paladin when he's got full cooldowns, apparently. That was kind of wild. Like, look, it looked like, oh, maybe like Silent. Maybe it's like Silent's the Warlock came in. Saya walks out and it's like, oh, maybe Silent, you know, my position might have been off. Something, whatever, right? No. Paladin just counters Demo pretty hard in a 1v1 like that. Because even if for Rick, it's like, it's too tough. That's not easy. That ain't easy. Johnny, have a look at need one. I'm down. Rick, let me know if you still got 5 on your team. Because if John just sees one, we can do another. It's not an easy matchup. Is I guess what I was trying to say. It is not an easy matchup. I think I just overwrote one of the audios. God damn it. Okay. I'd get the audio from the stream, I guess, but that is embarrassing. Playing with Bloodstone. Is it Paladin against me? Playing with Bloodstone. Oh, the haste one? You're playing the haste stone? Ah, that would do it, huh? Yeah. Can I try my one-shot build? Because Paladin's only one. Okay, both Johnny and Rick need a 1. I think we'll call it there. How did that sound? Both teams need a +1. It's about that time for us to call it. We'll call it. How did that sound? How did that sound, boys? We'll call it for the time being. Yeah. Or wait, never mind. Scratch that. We won't. No. Hold on. We still can play. We still can play. Yeah. Hold on a second. Can get you +1. They got a spot open in another group listed under molten port. Yeah. Never mind. We can do one more. 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 That's my group. Yeah. Skateboard. Under legacy raids. Yeah, if you got a friend, you want to invite him to this group, that could work. That could work. GG's all fun on the Holy DK1v1. Yeah, on Holy DK1v1, it can be definitely a little rough sometimes. We'll give Skateboard's friend a moment, maybe get him in. Otherwise, I will look for possibly a +1. Urseth, maybe? EFQ? Hawaiian? I don't remember if he joined those or not. Maybe. Rogue spec.
We are not alone. They are among us. As the skies light up, they believe we are blissfully unaware. But this activity by non-human extraterrestrial technology is
There we go.
capturing the attention.
But it's not against paladins. It's a one-shot rotation build, but it's not against paladins. Got it, got it. Is it strong? Is it huge? Oh, Dal, it's not worth playing the game without the expansion. You miss out on tier sets, war plans, and a lot of player power. Okay, yeah. That's what I was wondering. Is here my party is a rogue? Ah, okay. Okay, never mind. We need a +1. Well, it's getting a white man. Well, it's getting white then. Zikari? Okay, I got Svetlozar and Zikari. I asked them both, see if I can get them in. They just need like one more body for one more game. Oh, first set too. See if he'll be down. Okay, that's a couple of bodies. So maybe. Just maybe. This rotation is literally one-shotting anybody. I'm interested now. Are you gonna try this match as well? I am actually very interested to see what kind of a setup you got. Very incredibly interested. What does Bloodstone even do? Don't tell me. Keep it a secret. Don't tell me. Keep it a secret. First it said next time, Dal. Boosting, but it can't because the Discord is down. I guess get back here in the Druid. Yeah, might as well. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Expansion stuff is gonna come with a lot of power. And like the runes are very, very powerful with that other expansion, and like the unique farming was a lot easier with the tribute ones. But like, yeah, I was just wondering, like maybe it'll be just fun just to mess around with it. But if it's like you actually are just that much weaker without it, then it's probably not worth it. Probably not worth it at all. Until I get some free time, that or the expansion goes on like sale or something. Then I think it might be fun. Because I like playing Diablo. I thought it was really, really cool. I just didn't really know if they should have done it as expansions. You know, like paid expansions. Because they already have like, what, a battle pass, buyable transmogs, mounts, and then expansions. Like, man. I think I versed you are in lore of Diablo, but a very famous iconic sword is known Ruby unique. I am not versed at all. Literally zero knowledge, but that's awesome. I imagine that's pretty sick. Being like, wow. Because I probably should play all the Diablo games. I would play through the story of all of them. Start with like the first, maybe play the second. Third I remember playing, but it was kind of forgettable. And fourth was pretty good, like the base story at least. Pretty neat. I might just need to like look through like a lore thing. Maybe for Diablo, like a lore video or something. Alright, I got effing rage and hate. I like that setup. I like effing rage and hate. I guess Saya's lead? Oh wait, no, Lemon. Here we go. Beautiful. We'll send you guys into a Tiger's Peak, I guess. I think Tiger is a good map. Maybe, right? Possibly? I don't know. I'm still sad that I scuffed up that what's it called? one of my audios. I'm definitely going to go and get that back as soon as I'm done here with the stream. Ay. Hate that. Because my, what is it? My audio balancing on OBS is usually all kinds of stuff too. So I need to find the one that I'm missing. Well, it depends. Depends what match it was. Might have been the Tama map though. That would be sad if that was the Tama map. That was awesome. Which got ourselves in the opener. Literally, he's just like, you know what does my class do? Literally does everything in the opener. Might as well name him that. We got a security. We got Rick, Silent on that team, as well as Tama versus literally dudes named Hate and Effin Rage. Effin Rage, dude. I like that. I like how one is blue, one is red too, bro. Literally, they're just like two colors, two peas in a pod, man. We got this Asai over here, Lemon, and it looks like Takifshin potentially first up. Is up, so I can't tell if he's first from the get-go or not. Looks like he is with the indie opener. Very on the nose kind of a name, you know what I mean? It is going to be Invis for the mage, stealth for the rogue, not going to be out in the middle, while the mage is fine hanging out in the middle. I do like seeing like how stealthy classes or classes with that stealth element, like druids, rogues, mages, hunters with camo, right? How they use their stealth opener, how they use their opener. Rogues usually like travel in straight lines. Pharaohs go way on the edge, way on the border. They don't hang out in the middle whatsoever. Hunters kind of go in like diagonals, it feels like. And Kivsha may just go down the middle. That's a early block though. That is a lot of damage out of the in the opener, who does have the most amount of damage literally in the opener. Blind to follow. Water Elemental should keep the rogue in combat, barely. Just at least keep him out of stealth at the very bare minimum. It should be good enough, unless you can just wait it. The Water Elemental's cast are so slow. It is going to be vanished out of the rogue to land himself a strike with the kidney shot to follow. It does go for the step. Takifshin taking a full coup de grace. That is a lot of damage. Maybe looking for a second block. No, he can't. He still had the, what is it called? Hypothermia on him. So in between the blocks, he can't just go for another one. Hey, full Tempest. Maybe a Cloak of Shadows for this rogue. Does not have it, actually. That is some mad damage out of Hate, though. In that opener, cheap shot onto the Shaman for just a second. He does break out of it, zapping down the rogue. Doesn't give him much of a chance from there on after. That is just a lot of damage. That is just a lot. What is this, like, triple Tempest thing you're going on? Is it just Mastery Maelstrom proc overload thing, or is it just like, what is that? Because it's just a ton of damage off the get-go. It's got to be like nature's what is it, swiftness together with like a big Tempest Ascendance combo, right? That's what it's got to be. It is going to be the wait, you dispelled the what dispelled? Somebody dispelled his Did you get the imp? Is that what dispelled? Because he just dispelled his flame shock for a second. That's why there was like a volcanic knockup. Because flame shock does have an anti-dispel property. If you do dispel it, it just gets a decent bit of damage on a small little knockup. So I guess it must have been the imp dispel, right? Maybe. Does go for the fear. Hate might be in a bit of a tough spot. He does have a wall at the very bare minimum. Maybe he could just go rooting the pets, keep it silent, as well as all the other demons at bay. Try to see if he can keep them super far away with the totem. The totem, unfortunately, doesn't look catches silent, really. Catches some of the pets, but it doesn't really keep them there for long at all. Hate got damage, but he doesn't really have much health to work with. Maybe he could get something going, but unfortunately, Doom Bolts is going to be plenty more than enough damage. Effin Rage is going to be up next, though, as he got himself also same Maelstrom, big damage. Got himself lots of lava bursts flying in. Is he the also Tempest build, or is he the other build? Or is he the Guardian? It doesn't look like he's had any spirits with him, so then he has to be playing Tempest. Is that even the play right now, Tempest? I'm so used to them playing the with the spirits. Usually you see like Grandpa and Grandma floating next to him. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the floating torrent, but I'm not seeing any of those torrents. This is going to be a wall out for Silent. Rage backing up out of there for a second. He does have himself a decent position here, but he looks like he's just going to try to see if he can play it super slow. Knock down all those pets. It's just going to back up out of there while Tyrant is in play. Try to minimize the damage of that as best as possible. Spreading the Flame Shock at least on a couple of different pets. So maybe that'll give him more Lava Burst to work with. Trying to see if he can just play it super safe while staying away from Silent. As soon as the Tyrant is down, then it's going to be Doomguard in play though, so maybe he's going to potentially have a go here. I think he's just waiting for cooldowns, does get a stun totem, try to see if he can get more zaps in there. That's going to be Axe Toss, Knockback to try to disrupt the cast for just a second, root on all those pets, and does catch up a little bit of healing. Try to be very, very proactive, making sure he gets himself as much health as possible. There goes another spell onto Silent with a Volcanic Eruption, so I think he does summon up a little Imp, that or just auto dispel himself pretty regularly. It is going to be Fear for just a second. Silent starting to take a decent bit of damage. Elemental Blast firing away. Just play Ellie Blast? There's no way, right? No. It's got to be like a proc or something at that point, right? Has to be. He's got himself at least a decent bit of damage though. Decent bit of healing. Are you playing the Spirits build? Or are you Tempest? I haven't seen him press Tempest so far at all, so I can't really tell. I really just cannot tell. Because you would think he would be spamming a bunch of Tempest left and right. He's got himself Stormkeeper. He's taking a decent bit of damage. Might need to go for a wall here. Got himself Zap, Silent with a Fear. Got himself Sound to go down. That is going to be all the totems down. Got himself a decent bit of healing though. With the stun totem to follow. Lightning bolts are flying in. I think he's got to be playing a Tempest. Oh no, there is the Guardians. There are the Guardians. I haven't seen them at all so far. I'm sorry, what? Have I just not been noticing them, or has it just not been showing up? Because I saw a random alien blast. Unless maybe it just was... I don't even know. I can't even tell. Why was I not seeing those things at all? Unless you were just saving them for like the biggest possible wombo combo. I can't even tell. I was so confused for a good while. I didn't see a random alien blast flying in, but I did not see those Guardians floating next to him. It was hard for me to tell. Unfortunately, I think Rick is going to get full lockdown onto a Rage. He does have a wall. It also has a high mountain ratio, so maybe you could use that to just back up behind the pillar. Just double out of there as best as possible. For Rage, he does go for a root around the corner. Some of those pets are rooted, actually. A decent bit over that army is stopped completely in their tracks as Rage trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Knockdown with a leap, just trying to see if he can reposition. So it looks like he's going to go for even more self-healing. As Rick trying to see if he can catch up to him. He got himself some random passive damage from the Fell Eyes that is able to hit him through the wall a little. Rage trying to see if he could drop down a totem, does drop it, but unfortunately only has the pets. Got himself another proc of the ancestors who are doing a little bit of healing. That Infernal Bolt potentially could be the combo that takes him out. Root Totem unfortunately is going to keep Rick planted, so he gives an opportunity just to get all his casts up. That is going to be all those pets cleaved down. With a big Stormkeeper down for Rage, does get hit with a Mortal Coil. Unfortunately, it's going to be had to go down with even more damage from the Pit Lord. Rage may need to go for a wall, trying to see if he can save the wall until a perfect moment. Healing Surges are available together with the Guardian helping him out. Look at that stabilization. The Guardian healing is actually really not terrible. I don't know how mana intensive it is for Rage right now. I don't know if he's like completely drained or not, but so far he's been able to stand up toe to toe with Rick so far. Been able to do pretty well. At least for the time being. Rick is able to take those totems and just get a couple of Shadow Bolts. I think that is something Warlocks need to do a lot more often. Right? Especially Demo. You see those totems, you don't need to attack the guy immediately, just Shadow Bolt totems. It's better than nothing. At least you get yourself lots of resources. That is a full turn in play for Rick. Does get hit with a stun. For Rage, this could be an opportunity to go for a full Ascend, but looks like he's just going to go for a couple of Lava Bursts. And then just kind of back up out of there behind the pillar. Still continuing to heal himself whenever possible. So he's still in a bit of a rough spot. Just a slightly rough spot versus Rick. Not completely out of the woods. Not completely dead in the water. Mortal Coil unfortunately is going to connect. Does go for the Trinket. There goes the full Ascend. That is going to be a full burst out for Rick. With Rage, got himself a random bit of healing as his soul drops low. He does have a wall here. There goes a bit of a dispel for Rick by the looks of it. At least I think so. Or is it just the pets whenever their Flame Shock falls off it does it? Oh no, I think it is the pet. I think it is the Imp Dispel. I think it is the Imp Dispel. It's got to be at that point. It's gotta be. Rage, unfortunately, all of his Maelstrom, all of his Ascendance does not go anywhere to take down Rick to even do that much damage. Does go for the wall. Healing Surges around the corner. Wants to make some damage. Immediate Fear as soon as he sees Rick. As soon as he's in line of sight. As soon as he's close enough to him. Hits him with a full Fear. Runs away out. There goes a little bit of health back for Rage though. He is still alive, dude. Rage throwing Rick out in the middle of the open, trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Rick already had a Mortal Coil ready to go together with Massive Meteor slamming down on the Shaman, who just does not have that much survivability past a certain point. That is rough, man. That is a little rough. Lemon going to be up next to him. And you're going to be immediate Trinket Fear out of Rick. Got himself Dark Pack. Trying to see if he can waddle over to the gateway. Karma insta. As Lemon started taking a decent bit of damage. Trying to see if he can run over towards where Rick is at. He can always go for another gateway. He's the dragon. He can always fly up and down on this platform. Axe Toss, Fear to follow. He just flying down. He's perfectly fine with it. He is slowed, like perpetually slowed, endlessly slowed, but he's trying to see if he can get himself out of there. Look at this slow. He's barely able to move. Just trying to use the glide ability. Main at a wall. Rick might be in a bit of a tough spot. Does have a port. Still trying to see if he can maneuver around. Main at a wall. Mortical instead. He's trusting these squads. He's trusting the CC. Or Lemon is at less than half health. Handle downs are down. Does Rick have enough damage to follow up? Lemon gonna back up out of there. Took a huge hit. Axe toss as he's trying to get himself a bit of healing, but Rick ain't attacking him. Perfectly fine letting this game play out for a little bit longer. 48% dampener. And Lemon trying to catch up whatever healing he can. Rick is in a great spot right now. He's perfectly fine just waiting for him. Letting the monk come out. Because the monk, I mean, what's he gonna do? Just verify back here. He's got a small bit of shields. He can maybe, yeah, attack the pet. That could maybe be kind of helpful. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, how do you beat Rick at this point? Lemon will need to find a way to close the gap, in-cap him, full leg sweep, big burst, somehow break through the wall, as well as dark pack. That's all he can do in that situation. I think Curdy's out there just trying to give him like some pointers maybe. Possibly. He said something, but I couldn't really see it. Disappear really quickly. Axe toss, as it looks like Rick is going to be going in, trying to close the gap. For Lemon, this gives an opportunity to at least get in there into a full leg sweep on both the pet and Rick. Break it through the shield. Karma last second, so that's what he was waiting for. Wall out for Rick. He's going to go for even more fears. Lock it down Lemon completely. Summon up a full-on Tyrant. Unless Lemon can reconnect. Massive kick gets Rick low, but Lemon is out in the open with all these pets. Big bite by the Demon Doggos. Ring of Peace, but it's not enough. And that's going to be Rick backing up out of there to try to live another day. Saya's next, and I think Rick knows he's done. I think Rick knows he's done, right? No, he goes in for a port. I don't know if he was just trying to see if he can end this duel there or just keep going. Does go for fear into Saya. A bit of a gateway. All he can do is maybe get some cooldowns out of Saya. At least he's got a trinket out of him, right? At least he's got a trinket out of him. Next up is either Kurdy or it's Tama. I think the two of them could probably, if they band together, I think Saya is probably going to go down. We are at the 11-minute mark. 58% dampening, and that dampening continues to go up. There's only so much you can really do. The second frost mode of Diablo, everyone's wanted the sword forever. Love the triple pull to 40. Yo, let's go. Really? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know any frost mode from Diablo, unfortunately. Does take a protection, does go for shattering throw. Saya is gonna have to take a lot of this damage, and that spear does not let him go anywhere. So for Kurdy, at least it's an opportunity. Massive reflect out for Kurdy. I don't think Saya expected it. Saya delayed the reflect so hard too. Kurdy unfortunately did use his Zerker Rage really early, so it's not like he really much to heal. Try to see if he go for the gateway. Nope, gonna go for Warlock Hellstone instead. Saya wants Kurdy to chase. Fear to follow, waiting out for the ring hand of freedom to disappear. Waiting for the hand of freedom, Stormbolt for a second. He does get a Shield of Vengeance. I don't really know if Kurdy can do much about it. Maybe he can get himself a small heal. He's got to get a slow into Saya. Unfortunately, all he can do is just try to see if he can stay on him. Saya got plenty of mobility there. Kurdy back in there with an execute. Maybe another execute. Hodge breaks out of it. He got cheat death. Oh no, shot. Kurdy wins that. What is that execute? He cheat deathed. Did enough to take down Saya. That was beautiful. He lived through Bob and Bubble. Honestly, dude, watching the Shaman run around and do damage, watching Rick do as well as he did, awesome. Watching Kurdy beat Saya, mind blown. Dude, the buff Fury. You have no mobility as Fury, but it is buffed. It is definitely very buffed. That execute hit really hard. Gotta love it. Holy. I am amazed. Holy. Okay, well, is that last one for the night, boys? I think so, right? Unless you guys want to go again? I think that is the last one, right? Oh my god. That's insane. Actually insane. GG's. My god. Wait, what do you mean? I'm the Beast Warrior. Dude, you're really good at that thing. Like, normally warriors don't win that 1v1, but you did really good. Johnny lost one. Okay, we'll call it there. We'll call it there. Yeah, we'll call it. It's getting that time in EU where it's only going to get later and later. Yeah, Kurdy Warrior feels so easy after SP compared to Shadowpriest, which is playing WoW on hard mode. Like, absolute hard mode. Yeah, Warrior, I imagine, is like much easier to get into. I imagine it's not an easy by any measure, but it's easier. For sure, easier. Some of the mock people in RP have a Garrosh Loyalist. Actually, a good name, Garrosh Loyalist. Is that just the two of them? The two loyalists hanging around in Orgrimmar? The last two? The last two? Man. How far has the name Garrosh fallen? Maybe I'll swap to Devour? Yeah, if you want to try it next week, man. I want to do something easy with Big Pump. Yeah, if you want to do Devour next week, you're more than welcome to, man. We'll do more games next week. A bit boring doing sketchy DPS. Yeah, it's pretty fun though. Just for destroy people. Yeah, if you want to do Devour next week, man, you're more than welcome to. Play it as much as you want to. Gear that thing out and come bring it in next week. Yeah, that could be fun. You guys have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go get some projects worked on, dude. I meant to work on a video last night, but I was so tired. So I was like, I'm going to wake up early tomorrow. I did not wake up early tomorrow. So I'm going to be working on a bunch of stuff today. You guys have a great one. I'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.